Here we go.
Welcome in, have a seat. Kick back and relax, cause it's that time of the week. How's your day? Was it great? Well, it'll get better with Otalku Cafe. Nostalgia, let the memories bloom. All these stories in my head are gonna make me go boom. Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah! Yeah! Kick back and relax, turn the volume to the max, bob your head until you're dead. Yeah!
What a start, baby!
Konbanwa, my friends! You are our friends!
Goki Kenyo Minasama Daijobu desu ka?
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the rebranded Otalku Cafe. This is our 100th episode on top of this.
Happy 100, buddy.
Happy 100. Took us almost 3 years to get 100 episodes, but here we are.
But that's fairly consistent. It's not like we dicked around and missed weeks upon weeks of shit, you know?
Well, we technically did. We also took a month off together last year.
Oh, 1 month. Ooh,
I know.
Four episodes. Ooh.
I know. Well, we'll get to this.
It's very fitting, at least. You know, for what it's worth, it's very fitting that the 100th episode starts on a brand new season.
That was the idea. That's why I wanted our editor to make the end of the year 98 and 99.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, hold on. No. We got to do this right. So 100 episodes. I am Matt, and to join me, the assistant manager of this cafe, Ethan. What's going on, buddy?
You know, new name, new OP and ED, soon to come on the ED.
Yep. As you heard our OP. That was compliments from Dewdrop from Fiverr. I got her to do.
You mean Piper Niven?
No, I said Fiverr. The app is Fiverr.
No, you can get the joke. You said Dewdrop, and I was like, oh, Piper
Dewdrop. Yeah, well,
yeah. Now you got it. Took you a second.
Dewdrop. Yeah. The OP is called the Volume to the Max.
So, yes, Chris, we are back.
Yeah.
Good to see you once again, good sir.
Yep. Yes, he's also part of the staff. Chris and Starman. They are part-time employees in our.
So who's the cashier? Who's the server? We can't have Sean as a server. That's racist. So I think that's got to fall to Chris.
Well, I would probably be the barista of this cafe.
The barista?
Yes, with the coffees and all that. You would probably make. Yeah, you would probably. No, actually, no.
I feel like you should be the cook and I should be the barista.
You're right. I should. After your steak pictures, yeah, I should be the cook.
You bitch.
Like, you're right. I'm the cook. You're the cashier. You're the one that you'll make the coffee.
Yes, I shall make good coffee.
Chris will provide the excellent service as the waiter.
And exactly. Our man is the cashier.
Yep, there you go.
And greeter.
Irashimasu.
Dozo.
He'll do a lot of things. That we will say that. But guys, for this, of course, it is the season premiere of Winter 2024. And if you know how our season premieres go, you know what we're all about. That's right, Chris. Confirmed for excellent service. 100%.
We're on each other. You added a thing, you moved it over. I pressed thing, you pressed it. Like, we're in sync.
Exactly. Right, we are in sync today.
But I am hyped.
But yeah, there was actually a story for Chris with the excellent service. It was at a convention, last day of the con. We went to this restaurant across the street. Packed, no one to be found. No one gave us drinks or anything. So Chris, drunk on rum and coke, He walked to the bar, asked for our drinks he got, and brought them to us.
What the fuck?
While the waiters did it. The service was excellent. We tipped Chris, and not our waiter.
That's awesome. By the way, I did something I haven't done in a while in our group, Eat the Cake Anime. I tagged everyone.
Oh, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, they used to hate it when I used to do it every episode, and then they subsequently decided not to watch. So it's like, all right, well, for the 100th episode, I'm tagging every motherfucker that has that bitch on. So
I'm probably also going to eventually upload these songs on YouTube once I find a good picture made for the OP and ED to fit them.
Hi.
So that way, because it's on YouTube, they get to check it out, they get to tune in. But anyway, guys, again, season premiere, you know what it's about. The first episode is always what we're watching, what's it about, what came back, what's happened this season, how we feel about it. Yes. And then we're going to close off with our top 5 impressions.
Yes.
You will get the reviews out of the way first with Free and the Pop.
And just as a heads up this year, folks, between Matt and I alone, we're watching close to 30. If we add Chris and Starman, we're well over 30 shows this season that will be talked about in some way, shape, form, or capacity. And we also got a movie to talk about next week, Matt.
Yes, we do. The Mappa original movie that it came out a couple days ago, but
on Netflix, but it debuted in summer of 2023.
Yeah, but it is considered a 2024 anime due to worldwide big release. Yes. But I was in Florida over the weekend, and we have a backlog. We're gonna be honest, we have a backlog.
Yeah, I'm back to being on a backlog because I'm going to Impact tapings Friday, Saturday, and I'm going to GCW the following Friday, and then I'm going to the Royal Rumble on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, Bass, I want to go to Royal Rumble.
Did you?
I want to. That's on my bucket list is the big 4. I just gotta do Survivor Series and Royal Rumble.
I've got to do SummerSlam and Survivor Series. This will be my second live Rumble. I went to the one in Orlando.
I did the 2 SummerSlams in Barclay, and I did the Mania in Jersey with Becky, Charlotte, Ronda.
How please tell me, what was that 6 or 7 hours like in that frigid New York air?
Well, unfortunately, my friend bounced because he felt like, oh, I gotta go this way. Sorry, because he had to go take the train back to Maine.
Maine.
Yes, he went down the Maine with me.
So he took the Jersey Transit to the city and then took
yeah. But as a favor, I could have gone with him, but since my brother and his girlfriend went also, they had a hotel nearby, and they left before the main event ended.
Oh wow! So you were just by yourself.
Yeah, so I was like, so I couldn't even sneak out for a while.
Oh my god!
So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. So I got out. I walked out.
Yeah.
And I had to find, and they were asleep, so they couldn't come grab me or anything. So
yeah,
I was on my own.
Yeah, you were.
So I walked around till I found a bus stop.
Bus stopper.
It's like where?
Sorry, not bus stop. It's baste in Japanese.
Bus so I was like, so where are they gonna go? Oh, they'll go here. I'm going to walk there. Like, should you wait? No, I am not waiting here.
It's interesting when you take the Jersey Transit because like they'll drop you off literally in like the middle of the highway. That's where the bus stop sometimes is. I remember going to Nutley to visit my cousin out in Nutley, New Jersey, and like the bus stop is literally like on the fucking highway. You have to walk like a quarter of a mile to get to the red light, and then like I was like at like a gas station waiting for him to pick me up.
But
good old New York Transit.
Good old New York Transit, indeed.
Tri-State Transit, I should say. Tri-State Transit.
But we got not a lot of news, so they'll be quick.
That hasn't changed, folks. We always go with the news first.
Also, but I am actually going to say where we get them from because they do deserve credit. Because I read these off of my anime list because they have a news section. They are pretty frequent with it with either anime updates.
I just want Crunchyroll news, quite honestly.
Oh yeah, I could do it too. I could do that for next time, or we'll just compile them. Let us see what we got. Because we got a couple of announcements. Mahjong Soulpon is getting an anime for April 2024. Doro Hetero anime sequel getting announced.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It was weird. Like that was my first time ever seeing like a non like shonen or romance anime, and I was like, this is fucking weird. And I know Angel absolutely adores that, and I can't say I hate it. It's just like creepy and weird.
I didn't see it, so I will not be on that.
It's not bad.
I believe you.
Ah.
Where does the Apocalypse Train go? Is a original anime that is going to come out in April 24. I'm actually looking forward to that one.
The Apocalypse Train
Yes, where does the Apocalypse Train go?
to hell.
Probably. Who knows?
You would think.
Exactly. Tohai gets a TV anime for 2024. Looks like it's another mahjong type anime.
Hmm.
Where's that Ayaka? Where's that girl who does the mahjong?
True.
Let's see. How to Become Ordinary gets TV anime in summer 2024. Let us see. Kami Subaki City under construction. TV anime announced for 2025. Spirit Hero Wataru 35th anniversary thing is getting a TV anime. Hold on. Is there an English title for this? Wan Paku Token Rambu anime project announced. What else we got here? Plus Size Elf is coming out in 2024.
That sounds etchy.
It probably is. It's probably going to be etchy. I know it's a comedy. I know it's comedy, fantasy, etchy.
Yeah, as soon as you go plus size, I'm like, okay, you're clearly talking about a woman. It's an elf.
And basically, her goal is to lose weight. Or the other translation is, elf can't be on a diet.
Oh.
She's a massage therapist. And
so
sorry, wrong one. She's not a massage therapist. Either way.
She's a professional leader? What is she?
I don't know what it doesn't say what she is. But
does she kill people by sitting on them?
No.
No, not that plus size. Okay.
No. She just likes junk food and keeps eating.
Oh, so she's the antithesis of like a anime woman, right? That can eat and eat and eat and eat. And
but she gains weight. Yeah.
But she gains weight. Oh, that poor girl. That's a curse. It's a witch's curse, I tell you.
It's going to be the year of the elves again. You'll see. And finally, a workplace where you can't help but smile is getting a TV anime for 2025.
That sounds like a whorehouse.
No, it's like an office space type of thing. Just by the pictures.
The first thing I thought of was a whorehouse.
I know you would.
Hey, are you not smiling?
No, I'm smiling.
You would think, right? Well, unless he like the guy sucked and he's like,
well, I mean,
you'd be smiling too because you're like, all right, move on to the next guy, or I get a break, so you can smile. The guy's like a 2-pump chump.
Exactly. But that is it for the news, and now let's have the main dish of the cafe. Our impressions of shit.
Yay! This season, Matt gets to go first.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna start with Classroom of the Elite Season 3. First season came back. Looks like this is more mind games with chess. I only saw the first episode. I know 2 and 3 are out, but I didn't get a chance to see them yet.
Yep.
Looks like all Class D, our Ayana Koji's group, is now Class C. And now their thing is they are going on a school trip with the rest of the classes, but it's another test. They're all randomly paired for like Class B, A, B, C, D. They're all like random from each one. And there's more of a teamwork type of thing. And the lowest one is expelled with their partner.
Ooh.
So I don't know what the tests are going to be because I didn't see the next episodes yet. So we got that part going on.
Well, it's not like Ayana Koji is going to be expelled. The fuck? This is the show.
No. What you call it?
That would irk me. I feel. Don't you think that would irk you? Like, oh, like this person may be in trouble. Like, stop. It's not Blue Lock, right?
No.
Blue Lock
Oh no.
with their main characters.
We know he's not though. But the problem with him in this is that usually he relied on his phone to like contact people, but this one, no phones.
Mm.
So you actually got to use your mental thinking with the other classmates.
Mm. So they're gonna put
So
him with a dumb gorilla or something, or
you
dumb
could,
dumb.
yeah, or just people that just do not give a shit.
Probably that fits the mo.
That does fit the mo. Aya Koji's rival for this one is Arisu, who she is from, I believe. Hold on, Class A. She's apparently part from the same White Room that Aya Koji was in as a kid.
It's racist.
Exactly. You know, like all these train and everything, intelligence, defending yourself, even though she has a cane that she walks on.
Hey, you can defend yourself with a cane pretty fucking well.
She can. Oh yeah. Oh no. She's gonna beat him. She's gonna pull a stink meter and just bash him with the cane.
Hey, get it in.
Exactly. Get it in. And another one is the former student council president is challenged to a competition with the current student council president because he wants bragging rights over this former student council. But the former student council president talks to Koji, says, "I want you to help me beat this fucker." He's like, "Why do I care?" But he's like, "You owe me a favor for helping out my sister not get expelled, so you're doing this for me." And he's like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna have to."
Son of a bitch, he's got a point.
It's like, all right, deal's a deal. Like I said, I didn't see the last 2 episodes yet. I will soon. I'm hoping this is better than season 2. I really do, because there's always something there. I really enjoy season 1. Production wise, season 2 was just bad, and I was not a fan of Ayada Koji in season 2. So hopefully he shines a little more in season 3, along with the rest of the cast. So I still can't wait all the same. Moving on. You're not caught up on Mashle yet, right?
No.
All right. Well, I won't be long. Hold on. 32 anime from Chris Starman. Who?
That was me. I wrote that. Did you see
you did.
Yeah, because I was.
I know. But he said, but he's saying, "What the fuck?" Hey, Starman, welcome to the cafe. Grab a seat, grab a drink. You're on break.
It's your off day.
It's your non-skid day. Mashle is the Divine Visionary arc. Picked up where we left off. I can't go into all detail yet because you're watching. But anyway, what do you think of Mashle?
Do one episode?
Oh, you only got one episode.
I've only got one episode in. It was funny.
Man.
It was funny. I need to watch the second episode. I want to watch the second episode. I'm watching with Karen, so it's like, like I tried to get her to watch what's it called? The other day. She came over and we were a couple times she came over and we just what's it called? Chilled, tattooed. I got my 10th tattoo, Harry Potter tattoo. Yep. That was pretty wicked. And
hey, fuck you.
At least he goes out. What do you do, Chris? Ooh. But no, I mean, I saw the first episode in English. I have a feeling I'm gonna end up watching this in English because that's the only way that Karen will really watch anime. So it is what it is from that perspective.
Right.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm sure it gets funnier.
Right. No, I can't wait for you to enjoy that ride. But yes, the Divine Visionary arc. A lot of people catch on that Mash does not have magic. So the Divine Visionaries are basically, they want him killed, expelled, all that jazz.
Sure.
But the headmaster's like, nope, we got a common enemy with Innocent Zero, so we need him for this. And in order for him to help out and join them, he also has to become a Divine Visionary, so that's where the exam is going to take place. Definitely funny. From the first episode, I saw episode 2 today before we got on the air.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely cannot wait. New OP hit over probably 3 million views right now on YouTube.
Oh,
Bling Bang Bang Born by Creepy Nuts, who did the Call of the Nights, OP and ED.
Solid.
Not bad. I dig it. Not what I expected, but of course it's still the rap. I thought it'd be more upbeat, but not really. But it's got a good beat though. Okay. Not like how it was with Call of the Night. Potential's there. I cannot wait for the action. Cannot wait for more of the humor. What we're gonna get from the characters with these crazy powers is gonna be definitely be a solid ride for that one.
Subarashi.
Subarashi, indeed. I didn't watch it yet because this is gonna be next as a last-minute ad with Delicious in Dungeon. Thanks to a lot of people and the fucking memes for it.
Oh God.
So it's on Netflix. I believe both sub and dub at the same time. Are you watching Chain Soldier?
No.
You are not. All right. So this is mine. This is my first ecchi on High Dive.
Mm.
It is an isekai. Yuki gets set. Yuki's a student who basically does all the groundwork for people in his class. The other students don't do anything. They don't appreciate him.
Okay.
All that just, and in this, he gets sent to the other world, and he sees a girl named Kyoka, who's like the leader of this anti-demon corp, which is an established female organization. So it's like all the females are in this club.
Oh God, is this going where I think it's going?
It's not all sex.
Not all sex. Okay.
It's not all. One comes big. For Kyoka.
Oh, I'm sure he comes big.
she does the Apache Chief Ine Chun thing, but for Kyoka, she's a swordsman and she has the ability of enslavement.
Wow. Okay.
And so basically, to get power to Yuki, she had to make him her slave.
So he's a sex slave.
He's a sex slave. Basically, he transforms into this giant beast for her power.
Oh, it's bestiality.
No, once it's no. Once it's over, he goes back to normal, and her body has to reward him as a part of the mistress slave contract.
So he turns into a giant beast. He fucks up the enemies, and he gets fucked as a reward.
Yes, but this one, she made out with him, and she doesn't like it. But
I was like, who put a thumbs up? I'm like, oh, it's the Mac.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, her body just went in, made out with him. Is what her body decides to do. She can't control what it does.
Oh,
yes.
So when he kills the demon lord, he's just gonna get the best sex of his entire
probably
existence.
Yes, more than likely, yes. So her subordinates, the other girls, Himari, Shushu, and Nei, they're all part of the group. And since Yuki cannot join them fully because he's a guy, she gives him the assignment of, you're going to be the caretaker of this house, and whatever they need, you're going to help them out with it. So
I wonder what they need.
I don't know yet. I didn't see episode 2 yet.
Oh, well, this is going the way I think it's going, you already know what they're going to need.
Oh, no. It's definitely definitely going to be actually, this is one of our first uncensored. We got a couple.
Is it uncensored?
Yeah.
So you see full nips?
I don't know yet.
You're not to be determined. Okay.
To be determined.
Okay.
Oh my God! Before we continue, we are not watching Gushing Magical Girls.
Oh no,
we are not.
Starman did though.
Yes, and he didn't want to play anymore. I like the premise of it. I don't like the CG of the creatures. It's very distracting.
Of the creature.
But you're definitely gonna get this. What you call it? Yeah, cowards. Cowards. He's also watching it. But no, I'm looking forward to see what we get more with the next set of episodes. I didn't watch the rest yet. Hold on. What else do I have that's a solo?
I have them here if you'd like to know.
Oh, Buchigiri.
Yes.
A Nappa original involving delinquents. What you call it? Arajin is he goes back to his hometown. He's going to the school, and it's full of delinquents. They're just fighting each other and all this shit. He sees his old school friend Matakara. It's like, oh hey, it's you. How you doing? It's like, what? He's all
Matakara. Is that Spanish?
What?
Is that Spanish?
Matakara?
Yeah, it means kill face.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
That's pretty amazing, actually. But yeah, Matakara as a kid, he was a wimp and all this. But what you call it? Arjun was the one that helped them out when they were kids, and now Madakaru like this big bulky guy now, while Arjun's the weakling. Like, oh yeah, he's cool, he's tough and all this. Like him, this guy, this motherfucker's like, no, you know. And of course, Arjun has a crush on this girl named Maharo in this delinquent society. Wants to fuck her, but he gets very nervous, like go to the bathroom nervous.
So he turns into Kisaki. No, I'm just kidding. It's a delinquent.
Yes.
He wants the girl. He's a delinquent. 1 + 1 = Kisaki.
But there's this godlike creature named Senya, who's like he fights, he does all this shit because Arjun made a wish somewhere. So tell me, what's your wish? I want to lose my virginity. That's what Arjun wants. He wants to lose his virginity.
Okay, Denji.
Basically, but he's not poor and all that shit. But saying he's like, all right, so basically what you're gonna do is I gotta take over your body, we fight together, I'll make your wishes come true. He's like, nope.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
No, he's like, but he's just following him around and all this. Like, nope, but he's just observing him and all this. Like, man, even if I help him, he's probably not gonna get the girl. But the older brother for Maharo came in and beat the shit of Arjun in public. And Maharo's like, my Oni-chan is freaking out and beat him up for me. I love it. Like, she has a brother complex. And I would go, all right, keep her far away from me. That's a no-no.
As soon as I saw brother complex, I would have dropped.
So Arjun finally agrees for Senya, take over his body. Now he can fight. He can be a badass. And the episode ended in a cliffhanger. It's like it's trying to be JoJo-esque. Animation's not bad. It's by Mappa. Hopefully the staff is not overworked. I really hope not.
Imagine they do this like Amazing Justice, and meanwhile, fucking Jujutsu Kaisen just toilet.
It's like, all right, we're back to Jujutsu Kaisen group. We quit. All right, we got no staff.
Yeah, did you hear about that?
What?
About the Jujutsu Kaisen group? That I think I posted it in the chat.
Some of them walked out, right?
Some of them walked out, and they're going to start their own studio, or they're threatening to start their own studio.
Good, let them
be like insane, because obviously they would just all the guys that are for Mappa right now would just transfer to that studio, and that would like just automatically just like kill Mappa.
Good, let them.
Yeah.
Concept's interesting. It has some funny moments. I am still gonna give the 3-episode rule. Their potential's there, though. I will say that there's definitely potential there.
Indeed.
But I don't know when the next episode comes out, but we will get to it. Do I have any more?
Sengoku Loco is the last one I have on this list.
You're not watching it?
No, what's that one?
The Inuyasha looking one, the one with the 37 episodes?
No.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, sir.
The world's divided into 2 factions, humans and monsters, called Katawara.
Okay.
With the demon groups, there's two of them. Tama and Jinka. Tama loves humans. She wants them to coincide in peace. Jinka, not so much. He's like, whatever, type of thing. However, so he's mostly human, but not 100% human. So he's a halfling. But they join this cowardly swordsman named Shinsuke. He wants to learn to become strong, but he always shakes out. So basically, it's like the growth of him becoming a man type of thing. With Tama and Jinka, when Tama, of course, she's the powerful one. They fight a pair of bandits, and when with their powers combine, they turn into Inuyasha. For those that don't know, Inuyasha. Like the white hair, has the dog eyes, but he also has the tails, unlike Inuyasha. So I'm like, all right. That was the first thought immediately. That's really all I got for it, because I didn't see episode 2 yet.
Okay.
It's interesting. I don't love it yet. It's probably one of my weakest for right now. It's by White Fox, and I hope White Fox. They've been lacking lately. Let's just say that.
Lacking.
Yes, like the last good thing was fucking ReZero. And I guess you can make an argument for and Cautious Hero.
I loved Cautious Zero. That was fucking
Yeah.
funny.
Oh no, it was a lot of fun. So they haven't had a lot lately, so hopefully it's like all right, big comeback type of thing until ReZero season 3.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, and this is gonna and this one is gonna be a 3-core anime. So
Oh, so you're not gonna be able to count this bitch till the end of summer, huh?
yep,
If it even makes the list. If it even makes the list.
If it makes the list, we don't know what the summer list is going to be like. And
I know what the spring list looks like, and that's insanity for me.
Yeah, probably me too. I believe that is it. You got 20?
I got 20 for spring.
I don't think I have that many yet.
I went through the list as I was bored one day at work, and I was like, yeah, I got 20 fucking anime in spring.
But I believe that is it for me.
Fantastic. My turn.
Your turn. Finish your last finale.
Oh yeah, no, that's 6 then. Yeah, I have 6 then. I should have gone first then this week. Finally, Cowboy Go Away Boys came out with its season finale, the final anime that I watched for 2023. What pissed me off the most, right? So the whole goal of half the episode is trying to get Tenchi to like, cheer up and try and like find himself and find his voice amongst the crowd. And the dick friend that's there comes over. I forget his name, but the dick friend comes and he starts talking to him and he starts airing out his grievances, right? And the fucking music, it's supposed to be like a very somber, like serious conversation, and it's like not anywhere close to that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why isn't the music matching the scene? Like all animes for the most part do a decent job of doing that. And some obviously do it significantly better than others, but you don't ever have a visual or an audible complaint that the music doesn't match the scene whatsoever. That's how I felt about that scene, right? The second part I hated about the scene is the fact that like he was still kind of a dick. It wasn't they didn't like get together, they didn't like, fully like he didn't apologize for shit, and he got to apologize, but like he started asking a couple questions trying to get him to open up, and the guy just like, he kind of brushed him off. He's just like, just do your best, right? And move the fuck on. He just fucked off. And I was like, this is kind of ridiculous. And so, he finds his voice. Everything's all well. They go to sing the next day. They do fabulous singing. Of course, they don't win the first place because their opening day fuck up. But again, he sings tremendously. The school gets an award of excellence. And then like you can kind of get like a postmortem where you get Yazawa, which is Tenchi's best friend. In the previous episode, his mom was like, hey, if you fuck up or if you don't win first place, you got to quit immediately. But supposedly his mother was moved by their performance during the second part, and so he's allowed to stay in the choir. Tenchi, he's rearranging himself. He's found himself. He's no longer hiding in the closet to sing. He's going to sing out more in public. That's good. And then there's questions surrounding the sensei, Haruo sensei, and whether he's going to stay, whether he's going to go. He didn't win, so it's not like he's going to get the help from the sensei, but or from his grandmother, who's the principal. But the principal doesn't really say anything either. And the season, and I guess I don't know if they'll get a season 2. They might, depending. But the season just basically ends on oh, sensei, are you going to stay or are you going to go? And he somberly but like happily plays the piano and he looks at the children and he smiles. End scene. I was expecting so much more. I was expecting something like the music, like I wrote this in my review that I will get posted sometime, God willing, by the summer of 2024 because of how behind I am on reviews. But I did write this, and I felt this was really like kind of perfect to kind of summarize, right? I was like, what did I write? I put the good music, various forms of orchestral music composition. The mid, the animation and the backstories of each character. Mid is like, okay, not terrible, right? The bad, the constant production delays, which marred the last 2 episodes. They were damn near, I think, almost 2 months, a month and a half behind just on those last 2 episodes because of whatever production delays. And then the storytelling. The storytelling was just so up and down. I hated it. I did not like the story whatsoever. I didn't give a fuck about the story really when it was all said and done. I got some good moments, I guess. I gave it a 2. I rarely give anime 2, quite frankly. I went through my list and I was like, if I give this a 2, I've got to give other anime a 2, right? And so I gave a couple other anime that I had watched that I gave a 3, and I was like, nah, I'll give this a 2. So I went back and re-rated it. It's a 2 out of 5. Realistically, if you give actual number, it's like a 2.75 out of 5. But I'm not going to give it a 3. I'm not rounding up on that one. So 2 out of 5 for me. Disappointing for sure. Which is why I ended up on my disappointing list. Okay, so fast forward now. We're in today, the present. Let's talk about the shows that I'm watching this season. First up is Ragna Crimson has returned with the second part of their 24 episode season, and was pretty good. The season starts off basically where there's these humans, right? And they're trying to get into the base. They're trying to get into the base. And they're all like fucked up. They look like zombies damn near. And what's it called? I forget the guy's name, but one of the leaders that's in the base was like, hey, he starts like he sees a child, right? And he starts like, really like what's going on, right? And so the zombie they turn into these fucking mutants and they start attacking everybody. They're fighting them, they're killing some of the humans, they're killing, some of them get killed too, the soldiers, but I don't think they get like killed, but they get fucked up a little bit. And then he wavers when he sees the child, right? And the child is saying like, help me, and he wavers at killing the child, saying help me, despite the fact she's in this like creature demon type form. And here comes the fucking princess, right? And just fucking crushes this child. Blood everywhere, splatters. Just this fucking nice little like 8-9-year-old girl crushed. And basically she yells at them like, like we're in the war, like you already know. And they flash back to some of the intel that Crimson had given them and was like, oh yeah, they're right, and so they refocus on that. And meanwhile, you see Ragna fighting one of the superior dragons, like the big Colossus dragon, and he remembers back as well to the intel that Crimson gave. And they've already gone over it in the story earlier, from the dragon's perspective, that basically the shorter it takes for you to mature into a superior dragon or a mature dragon, the more powerful you are. So this guy's a humongous Colossus, and he's like the 6th seat out of the 13 dragons, but it took him 20 years to mature. So by definition, he has no dragon power. Basically, his power comes from his years of being like a human soldier, combined with like the dragon strength and form and figure and all that. So he's just a massive Colossus, but his fighting prowess comes from his human years. And so him and Ragnar fighting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Ragnar, because he's still not 100%, and he did promise Crimson as well, so that way he can protect the both of them, not to use his Silverine arts, because the Silverine arts, he already displayed it to the dragon progenitor. And so that's what the dragons are on the lookout. As soon as they see that, they're calling the number one dragon, and they're all fucked if the number one dragon comes and starts fighting. So he has to withhold his powers rather. And so therefore, on top of not being 100%, he basically goes for like this final strike against the guy, and he loses by definition. And he tries to stand up even after like he loses that strike battle. But he just doesn't have it. And so the dragon just moves on. He fucks off. He goes over to the base, I think. And as he's trying to chase the dragon, one of the generals from this like army that he's associated with, right, comes over and is trying to like get him to like, pump up, trying to get him going. And they start internally fighting. And you think, why the fuck is he fighting him? But it's just to motivate him, trying to get him like back on track. And the guy who he's fighting had lost 69 times to him in hand-to-hand combat in practice. He finally beats him on the 70th try. And basically this opens up Ragnar's eyes to like, I got to get my head out of my ass basically and refocus. And the episode ends with them all like refocused, and they're together, and they're going to go back to face the fucking dragon that almost killed Ragnar. But Ragnar saved himself using like a tiny sliver of the Silverine that was undetected. Actually, no, I'm lying. The episode ended differently. So that they went off there. The episode actually ended with like the creepy dragon. I forget his name, but he's a creepy little fucker. And he basically, again, he's the one who turned those humans into like zombie type things. And he has like mind control type of like technique. And so he's like a cunning dragon. And so basically all the humans that are part of like the thing, including the princess, they're basically falling into a trap. And that's how the episode ends, with the like dragon like snickering,
Right.
like, I got them now. Ha 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 ha. But no, super solid, super bloody, good action. Glad to have Ragnar Crimson back. My first new anime that I will talk about is going to be, we'll go with Dr. Elise.
Okay.
Dr. Elise episode 2 started today. I didn't watch it, so that is what it is. But
So,
Dr. Elise,
thankfully, we got the first episode to talk about.
yes, we all have the first episode to talk about. Yeah, so Dr. Elise is pretty interesting. Dr. Elise features a doctor, right? And she's a world-renowned surgeon, super precise, has never fucked up one surgery, and she basically is like so good, like patients that are basically gonna die, she's able to save them. And she's world-renowned, she's fantastic, everyone reveres her, but she has a secret. And the secret is, in her previous life, she's reincarnated, right? And she's reincarnated from like this magical world or whatever, where she was a princess. And apparently, like, she was I don't know if she was evil or if she was like fucked up or she made poor choices. That's not really delved into, but she's basically executed by via burning at the stake. And the one man who she loved was the one that put her to death. And so she basically says, she's like, I've never known like real love. The one person that I've ever loved killed me, in essence, right? But when she gets reincarnated, at first, like I said, she was a bad princess. Many people, I guess, in her kingdom died. And she's like, I'm going to dedicate myself to saving as many people as she can. So she's, living her life, doing a good job of being a doctor. She goes on a plane to Germany. And somewhere along the lines of what happens on their flight, something happens to the engine and the plane crashes, right? And some people are dead. Obviously, it's a plane crash. And throughout this like time before the crash, she's just like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Like, I promised I'd do good. I promised I'd do good. I promised I'd do good. And so the plane crashes. People are dead, but she's alive. And so she stays alive. There are other people that are alive. And she just goes immediately into triage and saving. And she saves a bunch of like people that got hurt in the plane crash. And she saves the last person that she can find that's able to be saved. And as she's walking away from them and trying to, capture herself, she looks out a hole in the fuselage. And she sees a beautiful sky, and she sees emergency vehicles coming to the plane to rescue everybody. And she's like, yes, we're all saved. This turned out, well in the end for what it could. And all of a sudden she kind of collapses and she just vomits blood. And she looks down and she has like a giant gaping hole in her stomach that it just basically ignored throughout this entire time triaging people. And then when you look back at like her path of triaging people, you just see like streaks of blood where she was walking, which means she's basically had this wound open the entire time she was saving people. And in the end, she doesn't make it herself. She saved a bunch of people and she dies. She wakes up and she's like, am I in heaven? Where am I? And she wakes up to 10 years in the past of her previous life, her first life, before she gets executed. She has her memories from that life and her second life. And she's back in the same position that she was in 10 years prior to her death. So now she's like, hey, I've got a third chance at life. I'm back at my first life as a princess. I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to save the people of this country.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay.
Not bad if I do say so myself. All right. Now we're going into two what we got? We'll go with two returns. First one that I will talk about is the return of Banished Hero season 2. I liked Banished Hero. It's a typical let me recap for those who don't know Banished Hero. Banished Hero, basically, you had a heroes party, right? And they're off to slay the what's it called? The demon lord. And there's a particular party member who's now known as Red. I forget his name prior to, but he's known as Red. We'll call him Red because that's what he's known as now in his new life. So we have this particular party member Red. He has a sister, Rudy, who is the hero. But they've got some like one of like their mage, I think their mage in the party is like kind of like this dastardly asshole and basically kind of pins every failure that the group has on Red. And so then eventually Red just says, you know what? My sister can handle herself. She's the hero. I'm good. And he just leaves and he starts a new life. And one of his other party members eventually finds him one day, way after they've killed the demon lord and all that stuff. And basically, and her name is Rit. And they get married, or sorry, they fall in love rather. And by the end of season 1, they end up getting like, engaged. And also by the end of season 1, we see Rudy, who was the hero, give up being a hero.
Right.
Because she misses her brother, and they find the dastardly mage and they fucking kick his ass and they throw him out, and that leads to a sequence of events that happens towards the end of the season, I think, at this stage. So that's that. So now basically at this stage, Rudy lives with Red. Red is engaged to Rit, and a lot of R's, but everything is progressing. So season 2 picks up basically in the heels of Rudy leaving as the hero. We get a new hero, and he's a very virtuous hero. He's a very God-fearing hero. He prays to the gods, and he looks strong. He gets his party going. His party consists of like some sort of like spirit and a priest and a like combat sort of person, and he's a mage. And so more to them later on. Basically, the episode focuses on one of their other party members whose name I'm forgetting. Let me see if I can pull it up. One of the other party members that remaining, right? And her name is Yarandrala. And Yarandrala goes on a quest to meet Red. And over the course of this quest, basically, she learns that both Rit and Rudy are with Red. So she's excited. She gets to meet them. Basically, at the end of when it's all said and done, their entire quest, I should say, she goes on this journey to find them because the three of them are on a quest, and they're on a quest to go to like what I forget what they call it, it's like the end of the world or something like that. It's a mountain, and in the mountain they have these like I guess mountain trolls that collect valuable minerals and like diamonds. So he wants to get Rit. He wants to get Rit. Red wants to get Rit a sapphire for their engagement and their wedding ring. And so they're going to go to the mountain and all that. And eventually Yarandrala and the other girl who's basically kind of with them, Tise, they catch up to them and they reunite at the end of episode 1. But the key piece of what I think is going to really like draw out the season is we get a scene where you get the new hero and their party. The new hero takes out, I guess, the boss of like whatever battle they're in. And, he's like, all right, thank God, killed him. Everything's good. And one of the other, I guess the frontline fighter is like, hey, like, I'm glad you killed the boss. It sucks we couldn't get to the village in time. We could have saved more people. And the hero is like, everything is fine. And she's like, what do you mean people are dead? And the hero's like, no, those people were meant to die. I believe that he's like, I believe everyone in this life serves a purpose, and their purpose was to die. And their purpose was to basically make us stronger. So their death will not be in vain because they died, they did their job. They did their job well. It empowers us. It strengthens us to keep on going and make us better. And they're like, well, what about the other people? They're like, well, it's their job. They were destined to die. They did their job and they died the way they were supposed to die. So you can tell like this guy's kind of a dick when it comes to what he is perceiving to be the righteous way as the new hero versus the former hero Rit that I'm sorry, Rudy, the former hero Rudy, who basically was kind of soulless. There's a caveat to, I guess, being the hero, right? I'll back up real quick and we'll move on. One of the things that made Rudy so interesting is she actually had the blessing of the hero. It doesn't seem like this guy has the blessing of the hero. He's just assuming the mantle of hero. But Rudy has the actual blessing of the hero. And as the blessing of the hero, nothing but to be the hero. And you don't need to eat. You don't need to sleep. You don't need to drink. You just need to fight. and Rudy was soulless. But again, because of her love for her brother and the fact that she missed her brother, she basically kind of found her soul in season 1, and that's why she quit being the hero and went to go live with her brother. So maybe a little bit of a brother complex, but not as creepy. So anyway, that's Banished Hero season 2. I enjoyed episode 1. Looking forward to seeing what comes from that.
Right.
Next one is Tsukimichi. I love Tsukimichi. Tsukimichi is it's the return of Tsukimichi season 2. It is a very underrated isekai. To summarize Tsukimichi, basically, Tsukimichi is the guy's actual name is Makoto. And Makoto was like your average loser high schooler. He gets isekai'd by a princess, and the princess, without looking at him first, was like, yeah, you're going to be the new hero. You're going to defeat the demon lord, all of that. And then she turns around in her little princess chair, her throne, and sees Makoto and was like, wow, you're a fucking hideous looking human being. You don't deserve to be my hero. And basically takes away his ability to speak and puts like kind of like a curse on him that makes him look like disgusting to everybody that's not like a demon or an animal or anything, and then boots him off into like this desolate fucking land to die, basically, despite the fact that she isekai'd him. So she take away her ability to speak, and he's like ugly to everybody. But what she didn't do was take away his fucking hero powers. So he's super OP despite these limitations. And so he now hates the goddess. He wants to get even with the goddess because the goddess is a cunt. And so now he basically kind of joins, like he still faces against the demons because the demons are always the demons. They're bad. But he joins against like the animal and like the mixed race kinds. And he also like has to like basically kind of defy the humans because he's human by definition, but he sees how the humans treat them and treat him. And he's like, fuck them. Like, no, like, I'm just going to, me and my people, we're going to do it the right way. We're going to kill the demon lord and we're going to get even with the princess. And so that's more or less the gist of Tsukimichi. I enjoy the shit out of Tsukimichi. So, season 2 comes off. We pick up where we leave off from season 1, basically. We have Mio, who, think of it this way, right? Think of Makoto as like the human equivalent of Rimuru from Slime. And you have his 2 like major subordinates, Tomoe and Mio, being the equivalent of his 2 female subordinates. One of them is a samurai. One of them can't cook for shit. It fits. It's the exact same thing. So we pick up Mio still can't cook for shit. She wants to cook, but she's basically poisoning everybody that tastes her food. And so when it's all said and done, Tomoe basically, and I forgot to mention this, Tomoe, it used to be like some sort of like dragon serpent type of thing. But when you give like an animal, like a beast, a name, it evolves. So that makes sense. Similar to slime. And so he does that to Tomoe, who's like a dragon type beast, and then to Mio, which is like basically like a giant arachnid, right? So but again, Mio can't cook. So Tomoe basically convinces Mio, like, hey, why don't you go travel the world and figure out how to fucking cook instead of trying to kill us every time you try to cook? And so she agrees. But the episode focuses in particular with Makoto and a couple of I guess you could say like mixed race type people. One of them is a werewolf and the other one's like a mixed race type person. And so he goes into the town. He's decided to take his mask off because he's like, I don't want to be looked at as hideous. I don't need to deal with the bullshit. So he puts on a mask. But by the end of the season, he takes the mask off. He's like, I don't need it. And so he basically goes, oh, another piece to go back on to season 1. He's so powerful. He wears like magic chains and clothes and like rings to suppress his mana because his mana is just so fucking ridiculous. That's how OP he is. But in any case, he goes into town. He's trying to find a quest. He's considered a merchant. He basically has like a frontal gig as a merchant. And he's considered an adventurer, but he's only a rank E adventurer. So we can't really do shit. There's nothing available for him to do. And so he goes over to this woman who's basically trying to plead with the guild to come after these like bandits that are fucking up her remote town in the mountains, and no one's helping her. And eventually she sees that she's also being harassed. At the same time, he's also being followed by some fucking bandits because he paid for like a frappe with with like a gold coin, which means that he's rich. So the bandits want to rob him. So in one fell swoop, he manages to fucking kick the bandits' ass and the fucking guys that are harassing this woman. Eventually, you get the woman, you get the werewolf. He gets all the details. He brings them back over to the to their village, and when he hears the name of the bandits that are antagonizing this village, I forget, it's like the White Moon, I think, or the white pearl or something like that, something along those lines. And he mentions that that's the name of his favorite song when he used to be in Japan, in his other world. And he's like, I'm not gonna let these bandits desecrate the name of my favorite song. So he goes after the bandits, uses his powers, beats the holy shit out of them, but doesn't kill any of them. He just fucking burns them all to a crisp, but doesn't kill them. And he ties them up, lets the fucking town people report them in, and he goes about his merry way. So that's episode 1. Like I said, Tsukimichi is very underrated. I'm not doing it justice by my explanation, but I enjoy the shit out of it. It's a really decent isekai for what it's worth. So I would recommend, if there's one of the isekais that's not one of the major isekais, I'd recommend this one because it's not bad. And then finally, my last anime that I'm watching alone. One I'm very surprised you're not watching, Matt. One anime that why I decided to wear, oh, scissor me daddy. Oh, scissor. Anyway, Cherry Magic. It is a yaoi. Matt has got me watching a yaoi anime by my fucking lonesome.
Yep.
And so what's it called? Cherry Magic. Let me find the stupid where the fuck is the thingy bobber? Cherry Magic. Nope. Where the fuck is Cherry Magic on my list? Dangers, high card. No. There it is. Found it. I should look for the fucking Sakura cherries. That makes sense. Cherry Magic, 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard. So we get our main character. Our main character's name is Adachi. Adachi is a virgin. He stays a virgin until the age of 30, and he gets magical powers. His magical powers is he can hear the most inner thoughts of anybody he physically comes in contact with, like touches. So he's like, this is a pretty lame power. This sucks. He gets annoyed by it quickly, especially when he's like on the train and people are bumping into him, or he's going around and he touches things. Like he just hears everybody's like innermost secrets, and he's like, man, a lot of people fucking suck. They're terrible. They're annoying. Like this fucking power sucks. So he goes to work, right? And he sees his really ikemen looking, like what's it called? I guess you can call him a senpai. Or it could be his equal. Anyway, he sees his ikemen coworker, right? And his name is Kurosawa. And he touches Kurosawa on accident, and he hears Kurosawa's most inner thoughts. And long story short, Kurosawa is gay and has a deep, deep crush on Adachi. And so Adachi's like, what the fuck is going on? I would have never thought this hot coworker likes me. But very early, which is kind of interesting, he's got no experience in romance, and he doesn't shoot down the idea. He finds it odd and weird, but he doesn't shoot down the idea. And throughout episode 1, he starts imagining like the really like yaoi like type vibes with Kurosawa. He's just like, oh, like what if we stayed together? What if he what if he put his like hand on the wall? Like he starts imagining all these scenarios, and he gets flustered. And he's like, oh, I can't think of this. This is weird. No, I can't think of this. And so a series of events happens throughout the evening. And basically he gets stuck with overtime work. And as he's stuck with overtime work, he sees Kurosawa there, and Kurosawa comes up to him and is like, you need help? And so he helps him, and they leave late, and they leave so late, he misses the last train home. And so Kurosawa, with no ulterior motive, basically invites Adachi to spend the night at his house. And as he manages to touch him at various points, he hears more of Kurosawa's inner thoughts, like, oh, he's so cute. Oh, I can't wait to give him the pajamas that I bought while I was thinking about him. Literally. And he gave him a pair of pajamas that he bought in his exact size while he fantasized about how cute Kurosawa would look in these pajamas. And he wears them. He basically pretends to go to sleep after he gets out the shower, and he feels the presence of Kurosawa behind him. And he's like, I'm alone. It's dark. I'm basically in bed. Is he going to take me now? and he just like, he gets his phone that was near him and he walks back into his room, and Adachi's like, wow, that was close, holy shit. He's like, wait, why was I expecting him to take me? What the fuck is going on? And so you go back into the room and you see Kurosawa there. Like Kurosawa's like, oh, and he collapses against the door and he's just like, I can't believe I almost did that. So Kurosawa for sure loves Adachi. Adachi is questioning his sexuality because he has no sexual experience whatsoever with any type of romantic situations. And so as you progress through the episode 1, basically you see what's it called, Adachi. He gets praised for his work, and Kurosawa gets singled out as helping him, and they end up going to a restaurant, and things continue, the same thoughts continue, and they get a coupon from the boss, and the boss says, have a treat on me. So they go, they pay for their food with the coupon. The coupon is expired, right? And this was supposed to be Adachi basically paying back Kurosawa for helping him with the work. And he's like, and he doesn't have enough money in his wallet to pay for the food. So Kurosawa pays for the food. And he's like, don't worry about it. He's like, you'll treat me next payday. It's all good. But Adachi is like weirded out. And he's like, I can't keep taking advantage of Kurosawa because he's such a good guy. And then I don't want to mislead him because I don't think I have feelings for him the way he has feelings for me. So they stop at a convenience store. He gives him the money, says, I'm sorry for imposing, and thank you so much for, letting me stay at your house and for helping me with my work and for treating me for the meal. Here's my cut of the meal. And he runs away. But before he runs away, he looks at Kurosawa, and Kurosawa has always looked at him in this entire episode with like this allure, this like look of like he what's the word I'm looking for? Like not endearment, but like he's really happy to be around him, talk to him, associate with him, look at him, get closer to him. He wants to get closer to Adachi, yes, because he has a crush on him, but also because he's being friendly. Because not all men, if you're not like vividly out there as gay, you're not gonna know. You know what I mean? So he's just trying to be friendly, and so. But he looks at Kurosawa's face, and Kurosawa's face is full of like sadness and like, what did I do wrong? Like, where did I go wrong? Did I say something? Did I offend him? Like, I don't mean to do that. And Adachi runs away. Kurosawa's depressed, and he takes the money and he walks back home. And Kurosawa, and the credit scene happens, right? Credit scene happens, and an after credit scene, Adachi calls a friend of his and says, "Hey, can I come over? I want to talk to you." And the friend looks kind of sinister at the end. He's like, "Yeah, of course you can come over. I'll listen to you." He's like, after all, I know everything about you. Ha 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 ha. And then that's where the episode ends. So what I was going to tell you earlier off air, Matt, is basically with the feelings type of vibe, it reminded me very much of Sasaki and Miyano, where you have the guy not sure about his sexuality, and he meets the guy that's for sure about his sexuality and basically likes him, and he knows he likes him. So now how does he process that? How does he move forward and either, move on with knowing that and just have a normal life, or whether he starts to curve, starts to go, wants to play for the other team, to be determined. Obviously he does. If you look at the OP and the ED, there's plenty of signs that they're going to get together. But this is the journey of how, he turns a 30-year-old straight, quote unquote, virgin into a gay lover.
Very good. All right, let's move on. We got them together. We got 12. We will start.
Is that more or less than last season?
I think less.
Less, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see. All right. Let's get moving on. It's time for the extra shift in the cafe.
Yes.
Apothecary Diaries. We're only doing 2 reviews today. Apothecary and Freedom. So we'll start with Apothecary. New OP, new ED. What did you think of them?
OP's okay. ED I like more.
I still like core ones for both better.
Yes.
But visually, I like the OP visually wise, but the song, I'm not feeling it yet. Maybe it'll grow on me.
I would agree. I feel like they've upped. Does it feel like they've upped the animation quality?
Maybe a little.
It feels like they've upped it up a little bit.
I would have to. I'll check the next.
It's not very like, it's not noticeable. It's not like leaps and bounds. Yeah. But there's just something about that. Again, I'm a sucker for colors. There's something about the richness of the animation, the quality of it. It just seems richer. It seems more like whole. Not that the previous animation wasn't at all, because it certainly was, but that richness in the animation, I think, stands out a little bit more this core. And it could be because of the OP, because the OP is wonderfully animated. Even if the song's like just straight, it's not bad, not good. It's not great. It's a good OP, but it's not great. So, but just seeing that animation, I think that really like stands out.
Also, jealous Jinshi is best Jinshi.
Is he?
I know he's just funny like that. It just all of a sudden,
the best character is Cat Mao Mao. That's the best character.
How about that? I'm saying Jinshi when she's jealous. I like when he's jealous. It's like he's got all these attentions because he's the new girl in the outer court, and she's all dressed up. Is like, go back to your freckles. Like,
yeah, go back to your freckles tomorrow.
It's like, I mean, obviously, because I prefer my freckles.
Basically.
But yeah, she's now working at the outer court by Jinshi's house now. So we'll get new characters, new faces. She's not used to like where the government, because the government and military stay in this outer court. She's not used to that yet.
So is the Emperor.
Yeah, it's a big area.
And
Jinshi wants Mao Mao to take this court girls exam, but she doesn't care. Like, she's not interested in it,
and so she fails.
Yeah, she failed. She failed the tests,
and she's like, "Why did you fail?" Well, why did you think I was gonna pass?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good fucking.
It was a good counter. Yeah, it's a good counter.
Yeah, that was the previous week, and now last week's Mao Mao is teaching a class recommended by some of the concubines.
Yes. No, it's not recommended by. It's a refresher on how to be a concubine for the newest concubine, who looks like an absolute bitch. She's gorgeous, but she looks like a bitch.
Yeah, she
acts like one too. She acts like one too. So not off to a good start with the new.
Yeah, it feels like a Lulan. Yeah, her name is Lulan. Looks like she was forced to do it.
Perhaps.
But we will see what happens. And
you want to know what course she taught, Matt? Tell the viewers what course she taught.
Involving aphrodisiacs.
No, I think it involved like Karma Sutra. Because like she was saying,
but she was like,
that happens, you do
this.
And
then of course Jinshi's like, hey, we do that.
Yeah, don't look at what's in the thing. And then when she gets to the I guess the teaching room, was like, this is only for women, Jinshi. You cannot be involved. You cannot listen to this. Go.
Yeah, fucking Mao Mao to herself like, Gaoshu's nice. Shame he's a eunuch.
Yeah, it's a shame he's a eunuch.
Because otherwise, I probably would have thought about it.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, you get Gyokyo there, Lihua, Lolan, and Lishu there.
Yes, and Lishu this is too much for her virgin ears.
She passed out multiple times. She passed out.
Her spirit came out of her mouth like, oh, she's ascending into the heavens. She is like, what the hell is this? This is what that does?
This is how you do
that. Goes in here?
Here's how you do the 69.
I cannot. I put that in my mouth? That's how babies are made? Now, she's not literally saying these, but you could tell by her.
But yeah, they're reading these. And one of them is like, oh my. One's like, amateurs, like, I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's a new way to try this.
So, yeah, in these past 2 episodes, Mao Mao has been a busy bee.
Yep.
But no, I'm looking forward to how part 2 is going to unfold.
What do you think about the evil looking fucker? The war general. I think that's the war general.
I don't know. I feel like he's good. He's not really a bad guy. I mean, like a Luke's could be deceiving type of thing, but
no, I don't get that feeling. I think he's gonna try and I think something's gonna happen with him and Mao Mao. And like this is gonna be let me back up. Let me rewind. The foreshadowing she told in episode, I believe it was episode 11 or 13 or 12. It was 13, right? No, it was 12. So episode like 10 or 11, where she foreshadows with Jinshi about like, hey, if I ever need to get put to death.
Oh, right. That could be. That could be.
I feel like having that foreshadowing, having that sinister fucker, I think there's gonna be a conflict between the two, and he's gonna try and screw Mao Mao. Literally try and fuck her, and then try and put her to death when something doesn't go his way. That's what I'm guessing from him.
We never know. We'll figure it out when that happens. Next, our last review for the day. Frian, you're caught up. You are caught up.
I am caught up.
What do you think?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll tell you what. if I could have rated Freehan in Core 1, I would have put it at the number, and pull my awards for 2023 fall awards. I would have put it 4.
Okay.
I would have put it 4. And for my annual, I got to pull up the annual now. Oop, that's my email. Don't want to pull that up yet. Let me refresh this and let me open this and let me open. Is it in here? I don't see it in here. Why don't I see it in here? Open Finder, Kiki Awards, minimize. Up, 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 up.
Well,
somewhere between 11 and 14, somewhere in that range. It would have made my top 15.
Okay. Yeah, it would have been in my top 5 for annual.
Really?
Yeah, I would have given it 4.
Nice.
4.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyway, first half real quick. Also, we had new OP. I like it visually. Song is okay, but visually
Agreed.
I like it a lot better.
Agreed.
Core 1.
Same ED, do not like the visuals.
Yeah, same ED. It's just more of what you call it, a little more a different part of the song.
That end scene where at the end of the ED when you
kind of like stop motion or something like that.
Yeah, well, you have that. No, but I'm talking about like the very last cut, right when the song ends, and you see Freehan in a bed of flowers, and she's lying on Fern's lap. I feel like that's foreshadowing her death for some reason.
Maybe we'll see. Who knows how long her lifespan is? Because she's still fresh as a daisy. She can still move just perfectly fucking fine.
And she's well over 1,000 years old. We have confirmed.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe she's in the middle of her life. She's halfway there.
I mean, shit. Like I don't know. I mean, she could still have children. They mentioned that. She's like, I don't have a desire to have, sexual relations or have like, produce an offspring or anything like that, right? So like she can still have children. She still looks like she's in her like early 20s or like at least 18, and she's 1,000 years old. Like, and the other elf, he's been around even longer.
Oh, Kraft, yeah.
Yeah, Kraft has been even longer.
Yeah, he's fine.
And he's like, he looks elder, but not elder. Like he looks like he's like late 30s, 40s.
Right.
Right. So, man, they can fucking live forever.
They could, yeah. But anyway, no more Sane. Yeah.
Nope. He wants to find his friend.
But of course, before he departed, he became a relationship counselor once again to Stark and Fern.
Of course.
And I fucking love Fern's pouting.
Yes, Fern pouting, great.
It is bad. But yeah, all because Stark put his hand on her shoulder, but he had a strong grip.
Cheek. I think it was cheek, right? Was it not?
No,
it was cheek.
Both. No,
it was both. First episode, I think the first time he played it was hand on shoulder. Second time, Fern, wanting to be cute, put her cold hands on his cheek, and that made Stark flustered.
Yep.
So he did it in return, and that super flustered Fern, and then we get pouty, angry Fern.
Yeah, she's bad. And apparently, again, apparently something about his strength when it was on the shoulder part of it. So yeah, so it's like I don't mind you touching me, just be gentle. And then fucking saying it's thinking we're all fucking just date already.
Yeah, basically, just be together. Fuck.
Like everyone is saying like yes, we know. But she won't yet.
Yeah.
But no, Sane got info about where his friend is after helping out the old lady. So now the winter storm is over. They parted ways.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wish he was around a little longer. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
We got plenty of new characters to follow around because that is where we basically leave off.
I wish they would have had the elf as the fucking priest.
Yeah.
The other guy left. They should have had the elf as the priest.
And they find him again, sure. But what you call it? They need a first-class mage certificate to accompany their next client.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them have one, especially Freehan.
Freehan has a little magical little relic,
The holy
and
relic
a
from
whole-
years ago, because
and
she
we
has.
mean like hundreds of years ago. And Fern is only a third class mage.
Well, she was going to test for it. I
No, no,
think.
no.
Oh, she is okay.
She is a third class mage.
Okay, yeah. Basically, Freeman was going to do the first, like, oh, you need a certificate now. I was like, Fern, you're on your own. Goodbye. Fuck you.
Yep.
It's like, nope, you're good. You're doing this with me.
Yep.
She shows the thing, like, this is very old. This is really good. You can do this. You can do it now. Who cares? Who cares about a certificate?
Yep.
And we get 3 new characters.
Yes.
One. Hold on. Let me.
I don't know their names. So
Ubel. She is like a German name.
that's the evil bitch.
The human mage. Yep.
Yeah.
Like laid waste to those bandits, and of course we got the return of our monk.
Yes.
He's like, I got him to give you a skull day. And we have splitting the free parties for the Mage Academy thing. Fern and Freen are not paired up.
I laughed when they had the proctors and when they're like, "Oh, who's that elf?" Like she has the mana of an old wise wizard or old wise mage.
Also, before we continue, we have to talk about it. The lap pillow. Freen wanted to take a nap, but she saw basically the whole titty of Thurn. It's like, I can't do it. Why? Half the view. I can only see half the view.
I only got one good eye.
Yeah, because her tits are so massive that it covers the other.
Stark is a lucky boy.
Yep, basically. But yeah, these 2 new characters, Lawton and hold on, what's that girl's name? Kane.
Okay.
And of course, they're just fighting each other. They're fighting each other in the middle of this.
Yep. They're just constantly bickering, arguing, literally fucking fighting. Yep. But we come to find out that they're childhood friends.
The childhood friends, they went to the same Magic Academy together. And also for their assignment, they have to capture a certain bird.
And it's a cute little bird. How hard is it to catch a bird, Matt?
This one is very fucking difficult. You cannot trap it because it is faster than the speed of sound.
It is. And literally,
so you have to basically do a cat and mouse ordeal. You have to observe it.
Because one of the girls, Matt skipping, one of the girls tried to just straight up just grab it. And when it's startled, it hits the speed of sound. And it literally cuts a lake in half with how fast it ran.
And it was just like, nope.
And Fern is like, have you ever tried to catch one? No? Okay, well, we're going to spend the entire day observing them. We're not going to go after them yet. We're not going to touch them. We're not going to startle them. We're just going to look at them. And we're going to discuss how we're going to get this, okay? Got it? Good.
Yep. And, of course, that doesn't go well because they're fighting through half of it.
Yep.
Lawton, actually, it's nighttime now.
Mm-hmm. They're sleeping.
Kane is up.
Yep.
She Free's not around. She sees the lights and a giant bird.
Yep. Grabs it. It is going to be dinner for that bird and its chicklings.
Yeah. And Freean just killed it.
No, I think binded it.
Binded it. It's like, see, this is what happens when you don't listen to me.
Because specifically earlier, after that whole scenario, they were like, hey, look up in the sky. Make sure you pay attention to the sky. So then after this whole thing happens, she's like, I told you guys to look at the sky.
Yep. And now will they find a bird?
So the key you also skip the fact that Fern discovers, even though they bicker, they bitch, they fight, when pressed, Freean. When pressed and the opportunity presents itself, they have amazing chemistry. They in sync, lockstep. One girl has water powers, the other girl has ice powers.
Right.
Well, they work perfectly succinct. Everything is well. And she's like, oh, despite the fact that they're young and they bitch and they fight, their teamwork, this isn't something that's just, 1, 2, 3. Like, they've spent years and years and years being able to do that exact thing flawlessly. And they did it. So she's like, there's hope. There's potential with these girls.
Right.
We don't know what happened with Fern because Fern is stuck with the killing mage.
Yep.
So that's interesting, and I'm curious to see how that's going to be.
I'm sure we'll get that next episode.
Gotta think so, right?
Yeah, I would hope so. But guys, that is it for our reviews. We're gonna get to our first impressions. We're
Mm.
gonna start with Fire Hunter.
Not bad. I fell asleep because I was tired.
But we picked up where we left off. Toko was talking to what's
Akira,
that? It's Akira,
the woman fire hunter,
the spirit thing.
the spirit. She didn't speak to a spirit. She woke up and Akira was holding her basically.
The ghost looking figure says that don't let people do the fire thing. It's bad. You gotta stop it.
Oh, that is the like the great spirit or some shit like that. Great, something along those lines.
But yeah, the great spirit is out telling Toko, "Hey, they should stop being fire hunters.
Mm-hmm.
They will combust.
Mm-hmm.
The more they do it."
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not a fire hunter, first of all, but now actually Toko did shit.
Yeah, Toko, it's very interesting. And you see this throughout the episode. We can skip ahead a tiny bit with this, with the fact that you said that she did shit. First off, we saw in the season finale of Fire Hunter season 1, Toko's able to kill the fiend quite easily with the sickle. And that's why she passes out. And throughout the episode, basically, whenever an opportunity presented itself where she needed to act, she does act. And she's able to kill these fiends with the sickle, one shot, no problem. But two things. One, it greatly exerts her physical abilities. Like she's like huffing and puffing. She is out of breath. She is weak. She is like tired. And the other thing, at the same time, despite her physical limitations, she kind of gets in this weird trance.
Right.
And so much so that she passes out with the sickle in hand. They try to get the sickle away from her, and her body physically will not allow anyone to take the sickle from her, which is very fascinating.
But what you call it? They're able to fight out the fiends. Barely. There's casualties.
Many.
With dogs, with hunters.
Yep.
But Kyoshi was able to find Toko.
Yep.
They get Toko to safety.
Yep.
In this underground bunker.
Yep.
Yep. But what you call it? Akira, Kosho, Kun, Kanata, they're all in the same place. However, there is some danger. And who do they find? Who do they find?
Wait, at what point?
The sister.
Oh, what's her dick?
Hibari, I think.
Hibari, yeah.
Yeah, who ran away in season 1.
Yep. And she promptly goes and kills 2 fire hunters.
Yep. And she's issuing a warning after she learned the warning to Takoshi, sorry. But yeah, basically this second half is about stopping the lore of the fire hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And basically how they function in society. Don't do that anymore. Because they rely on fire for everything. It's still the same quality. It's still... I'm not excited. But I'm going... Like, there's interesting stuff there. It's just how they're doing it.
It's kind of boring.
It is. Season 1 was definitely boring. The only reason why I continued was because, there's some stuff in there. And the fact that I found it was only 10 episodes. And it was only on episode 6. Like, you know what? Why not? It's just 4 episodes. But we'll see. I'm not very hopeful.
I'm not going to drop it. I feel like I'm not.
I'll keep it, but I'm not hopeful on it being better.
Agreed.
I don't know. It's like, what a shame. All right. Moving on. High Card season 2.
Better.
Slightly better. We are mostly focused on Finn's backstory this time. Because season 1 was more or less about Chris. But we're finally getting about Finn. Finn found the Black Knight. we were like, holy shit, he found him already.
Yep.
And he's having a panic attack, more or less.
Yep.
So I think this half for him is going to be like finally facing his past, facing his fears, avenge family. On Chris's end,
yes,
he's facing the consequences of his crossplay.
Yep.
His regeneration and mortality ability is
greatly affected.
Yep, it's very slow.
Did you see episode 2?
No, only episode 1.
I haven't, but you got the gist of when I put the frame up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more or less not affect him as much. But if it could kill him, it might actually happen. Like, he's very vulnerable now.
He is very vulnerable.
So his little arc thing is basically be the consequences of what he did.
I think either he dies or he retires.
I'm going to say retire.
So another question I had also is,
okay,
it's his card.
Yes.
If he were to turn the card in and somebody else were to use it, is the card effectively damaged, or is it only Chris's body and his sync with the card that's...
I don't know.
See, that's fascinating.
I don't know what the card... It could
and
be the card itself.
You also skipped over the fact that the episode starts off with the funeral of the prince that died. And once everybody leaves from the high card, you have the king talking to one of his what's it called? Aides. And he's basically saying, like, the cards are causing these problems. The card often chooses the player and builds a bond with it. And he said at the coronation of the new prince, the new crown prince, we're going to sever the connection between the cards and the humans. Don't know how they're going to do that, but that's also majorly like going to affect shit on all ends.
Right.
Which is also a good plot point.
But no, I'm definitely keeping this. What you call it? Season 1 wasn't bad, but
it left more to be desired. They should have not done this split core, or they should have not done a split core, or season 1, season 2. They should have had like 1 24-episode core with all this.
Because basically we had these side characters. They basically not developed at all. Like, who the fuck are they? We had the psycho bitch for 1 episode and never again till like the very end. And
they call it funny, interesting.
Still don't care.
They call her when they're all getting drunk after completing a mission. They call her their trump card.
Yeah,
of how like uncontrollable, but how powerful she is. So that's cool.
Right. Like I said, there's potential for it to be better. I can't wait. No, it can't get worse. I mean, it could. It could.
I mean, never say can't. We said CM Punk can't ever go back to WWE. So
yeah, but it did. But I do like it so far. Again, if they fix issues from season 1 to here, and it picks up story wise too, it could definitely make a comeback.
Where it lands. I mean, quite frankly, just with the rest of skipping ahead with the rest of what we've got, it's going to be a tough nut to crack the 13. Quite frankly,
I don't see it making 13, but I just hope like maybe there's progress at least.
Yeah.
Moving on, The Witch and the Beast.
I was not as big a fan. Give your summary and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it follows Asif, if I'm saying it right.
Asaf,
and Gideo.
Giddo.
Right. Asif is the soft-spoken man. It's like he carries a coffin to his back.
Always has a cigarette in his mouth.
Cigarette in his mouth. And Gideo is the feral girl. She's the beast. And it's like they're hunting witches.
Yes,
they're hunting witches.
They're hunting witches because of the fact that you learn later on in the episode, basically, that Giddo is cursed. She's afflicted by a witch's curse, and there's 2 ways to break a witch's curse. 2 official ways to break a witch's curse. 1 is to kill the witch,
right?
Or 2, the witch somehow has a change of heart and is no longer wicked, and the curse goes away magically.
Right. I actually like the fact that Asaf is the brains guy, while Gideo is the brawling brawn Beast because usually it's the guy that does that, and the girl's the one holding the leash per se.
Sure, it's a good dynamic.
So I like that they actually switched it up this time.
I don't have a problem with the dynamic. What I have a problem with is that we don't. We're gonna, and you could tell they're gonna give us a backstory later on. Maybe it's the next episode. I don't know.
I see it being episode 2.
I did not like the fact that they're just like, here's 2 characters. Here's what they do at the end of the story. Wow, it's really cool, right? Like I didn't like the plot from that piece. Like I was like, this is just really random. It felt. I got a feeling of randomness when I watched it.
I think they just wanted this episode to show you who they are, like character wise, and what they can do. And I think they'll give us the background the next episode. Sometimes sometimes shows do that. Sometimes they do.
And I'm not a big fan of it. A show like this could have probably used like a prequel episode. Like maybe an episode
It
0.
probably could, but there's hopefully
or episode
as long
1.
as long as we get one.
I want story. I specifically Godot's story. I want to know. I want to know. Like,
she really wants to kill them,
and that's fine and dandy. Like, but give me a reason to invest. I want to see Godot as like a child, living her life, or like as a young girl living her life, and then she comes across the witch and she gets double crossed by the witch, or however that scenario happens, where she gets cursed, and then now she becomes like this bastard, like this fucking like this fiend, right? This fucking beast, as you said, the wild beast. And then here comes Asaf, and Asaf is the one is like, hey, we have a common enemy, common interests. Join up with me. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And then, okay, now we're going. Boom, now we're going. Now we fast forward to whatever, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. And then we get episode 1. I like that succinctness. I like that dichotomy. I don't like just like, here are the characters, they do cool shit. It looks really pretty. This is what we're going with. I want more. I wanted more from that.
I'm sure we will definitely get more though. But is this more of what is interested? I'm curious now. I am intrigued.
I hope so. The animation is really good. Musical composition solid. Honestly, like I said, out of all the shows that I'll say this, other than Fire Hunter, that's just drab, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Out of all the other anime, this episode, not the series, and I can't say the series, and not like the animation and the music. The episode quality specifically for me was the worst episode that I saw of the 17.
Okay.
So for me, this is the only anime that's on my three episode rule. Honestly, I'm gonna keep all of them, I think, except for this one. Like, not I shouldn't. Let me phrase that. I'm going to keep all of them. This one's the only one that's on the 3 anime rule, the 3 episode rule, where I'm like, maybe it'll stay, maybe it won't. That, and I guess Dr. Elise as well to a certain degree. But I like Dr. Elise, way more than this.
Alrighty, you ready for some rom-coms or some romances?
Starman put a question mark. What's the question mark to, sir? Please elaborate.
He's talking about your comments on Witch and the Beast.
Yeah, I mean, like it was good. It just I didn't like the plot point, so that was, that's made me question the series.
He's gonna come on here and argue with you.
So you gonna crash it again?
He's gonna come crash it again.
He's like, you're not servicing right, damn it! Clock me in.
Yeah, clock me in. Yeah. You go on your smoke break.
You need a punch sound, like when you have like the punch cards.
I was gonna get the bell ding, and like ding, like order up or like.
Oh
hey,
yeah. Nice of you.
Yeah, that'll be one of the sounds. I got plenty of sounds in mind. I'm talking to Starman behind the scenes about that to get some cool sounds in.
Do we have to do the rom-com?
How you don't have Hokkaido Gals in titles? Pathetic.
What?
The Facebook user.
That must have come from you or me. Might be me. Let me see. Marte? No, Marte just did a new member post.
Yeah. You're gonna have to go to the comments and see.
Indeed. Let me see.
We could have, but you know what? Fuck it.
All right, we got that, and then what else?
Oh, Ernie. It's Ernie.
Oh God.
Oh fuck no.
We're gonna talk about it now.
Hokkaido will get their turn soon.
Yes.
Yeah. We're rotating shows, but let's get to Oh, the weakest romance one first. Tales of Wedding Rings.
We'll call it weak, but out of
Well, compare out of the romances we have, this is probably the weakest for me.
yeah.
Hey, my daughter is from Hokkaido. It's special to me. Well, it's special that you fucking wait.
I'm sorry, Ernie. You don't compromise. Or not compromise. You don't compose of our biggest fans, which we got to ask Sean who our biggest fans are. Right? We got to find out if it's still in India or if it's in Germany or if it's in Taiwan. One of those. Regardless, Ernie, Hokkaido, what's it called? America. They don't love us the way Taiwan and Germany and India do.
Yes.
Or Thailand.
Yes.
Those Thai boys,
Thailand,
they love us. Thai boys love us.
But anyway, this is a isekai harem,
Ecchi,
uncensored from Crunchyroll. It follows Haruto, who is met by a weird girl named Crystal Novati. I'm not saying the rest. Just we'll call her Crystal.
Just call her Crystal. There's no point in giving last names.
I'll call you Larry.
You do, and you'll clean it up.
Yes. but Haruto is with this isekai girl, Crystal, and her grandfather. Hey, we came from here, but don't tell anyone. I'll be your friend for a while.
Because they're 5 at this time.
They're 5. They lived together for about 10 years. Haruto was going to confess, but Crystal's like, I'm moving. Doesn't say where. Like, it's immediately. Haruto's like, I'm going after her. Turns out it's from another world. And in the middle of battle right away, Crystal's about to get married to this prince. Doesn't happen. And these powers are through wedding rings.
Yes.
And you can power them from kissing, pee-pee touch, sex, any marital act. He gets the power, like the power of Grayskull by the power of Greyhead.
Yes, but it is the power of Grayskull. It's literally the power of light. He is the light king.
Yep, he's the light king, so he gets power after kissing Crystal.
Yep.
They're married in the power sense, but Crystal wants it legitimately. And then Crystal's grandfather is like, you need to have a harem. You got to marry people.
When did he say that?
Episode 2.
Huh?
Episode 2.
I haven't seen episode 2 yet.
Oh, sorry. Basically, it's like, you got to marry all these bitches now. You do it. Do it.
So does he get different powers through each?
Yes. So like, you got to do it. And Crystal's, it has like,
can you imagine what that dichotomy is like? Like, all right, Oji-san, what's the enemy today? Fire. All right, hey babe, come here.
Basically, I need wind magic.
I need water. Water.
Basically, that's basically it. So yeah,
is it Earth, Wind, Fire, Heart with our powers combined?
Right now, the only one we know right now is the Wind Ring, and that's the elf.
So he has multiple rings. So he's like ringed up.
He's gonna be ringed up.
Oh shit!
From the looks of it, and the OP and ED both have lingerie clips in both of them, and the ED does not pull back on crotch shots. It's all camel toe for half of the ED. It's all look at the pantsuit, look at the outline.
Hey, it's like what's it called? Inukai-san. I saw the OVAs, by the way, for Inukai-san.
It's okay. I like the concept of the rings, though. I definitely do.
I like the ecchi. No. In all seriousness, the animation for this at various points, stunning. It's really good.
It's pretty to look at.
And I'm not talking about the women. I'm talking about the animation.
No, I'm saying in general. I'm saying it is pretty. It is pretty. I will say
it is
that.
visually appealing, both in terms of the oppai, the manko, and the and the actual like colors and visualizations and animations.
Yes. But no, it's interesting. I'm not dropping it.
Nope. Well,
like,
I'm gonna say I'm gonna drop it, but I guess that's another one. I suppose I don't think I will. Though. If I watched Worlds and Harem to a completion and fucking Peter Grill to a completion,
and you watched the fucking dog.
I watched Inukai-san to a completion.
Yeah,
I can watch Tales of Wedding Rings. It will not get dropped. That's fine. Touche.
Moving on, our next season 2, bottom tier character Tomozaki, second stage.
Good openings. I didn't see today's episode. I did not see episode 3.
I didn't see episode 2.
Oh, you haven't seen episode 2?
I did not.
Oh, that's interesting, actually.
Yeah. So basically, we're picking up where we left off. Tomazaki, he's more chipper, uplifted spirit. He's actually trying to be more social, trying to
Mm-hmm.
make friends again.
He's good. Like he's
He
doing pretty fine. He's an average.
he had a
person
shit.
now.
He had a shit ton of confidence from season one.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I got a plan in mind. I got this. I have a plan for the bully girl. Just I need your
Yeah, I
assistance.
can do my hair now.
And he can still kick everyone's ass and smash.
And he can still kick everybody's ass and smash. Nanashi for the win.
Exactly. But anyway, we're picking up left off. I believe there is a sports festival thing going on.
Sports festival, yes, sir.
Yep. They want everyone to participate, mostly Erica. Erica,
no.
like, yeah, but with her, like, she's
She's
good at stuff, but you have to. She's a bit of a bitch.
A
but
bitch?
You have to.
Oh, you haven't seen episode 2 yet, have you?
Yeah,
you haven't. That's right. Oh,
yeah.
she's a bitch.
So she needs a bit of provoking to get her to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like getting all this info from friends. What you call it? Nanami, from Fuka.
No, Fuka doesn't really do shit. Fuka just gives.
No, she helped with something. She helped with something.
She gave him like just observatory advice. The real people that did the most were Nakamura and what's her dick? Where's Tomazaki?
The brown hair girl?
Yeah, Nakamura did there. Izumi did well.
Mao did okay.
Who?
Mao.
Who's Mao?
So she's Mika's and the brown girl to pick the Twin Tails.
Not hitting me. It's not hitting
okay. But no, but that's gonna be the gist for like the first few episodes. I didn't see episode 2 and see episode 3 yet. I'll probably
episode 1 was them actually succeeding with the plan. His plan goes perfectly.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is the ramifications of his plan. I'll leave it at that. Okay. There is a give and take for his plan. So this is the take.
Right. But again, I like the confidence in Tomazaki. I love the OP and ED. It's both by Dialogue Plus.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to what they're going to do for Tomazaki here. I hope he keeps on growing. And more Fuka is a win.
Poor Fuka, though. You know she's not going to make it. It's like, ugh. I feel bad.
I know, she should.
Fuka
like Aoi should just be the friend. She should just be the friend.
Shaking my head. No, you know who I would love to see him with? Mimi.
Oh, the pervert girl? Yeah.
Yes, I love her. Blue hair girl? Oh,
no, I love her too. No, she's
is the best girl out of the whole fucking show.
Honestly. She's definitely she's a cool friend. She definitely
I need to talk to you about something. Are you confessing to me? No, thank you, but I really appreciate you and I love our friendship.
But I'm gonna I'm gonna group my friends now because I prefer that over you.
Yes, I prefer Oppai over Chin Chin.
Yes,
over your Chin Chin.
Yeah, but most of the Oppai because have you seen them? Have you seen them?
She doesn't even have that fucking what's her face doesn't even have that much fucking Oppai. What's her face? Natsubayashi.
But she's easily flustered. That's why she does it.
Yeah, she's easily flustered. When she gets turned on, she got sensitive boobs.
Yeah. Moving on. Hokkaido gals are super.
Here you go, Ernie. It's your fucking show. We're gonna talk about it now. Are you tuned in? I hope you're fucking tuned in.
Yeah. If not, then we're blocking you. You're in timeouts.
Flat is justice. It is.
It is. No, 100%. 100% Ernie. High school boy Tsubasa moves into Kitami City up in Hokkaido where he meets a gal at a bus stop.
Busted.
The sight of her standing alone against the white snowscape, bare-legged despite the freezing cold, it was enough to go doki doki.
I felt like you were like the way you set that up was really well, and I'm like, there's no way he's coming that off the top of his head. You're reading that, aren't you?
Yes.
You fucking.
Because it was like a 1 minute one sentence announcement. Yeah, like we're gonna do this. Yeah, and this girl is Minami Fuyuki.
Fuyuki,
yes, but
interesting because Fuyu means fall. No, not Su.
Even though
Fuyu is winter. Sorry, winter.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this is all going to take place in winter.
No, I'm talking about because it's the same thing. Remember, I said Fuyutsuki, and then right. We talked about what's it called? The other one, the fuck, Ice Guy.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah, so
okay.
Ryu, winter, Natsu, summer, what's it called? Haru, spring, and then I always forget fall. Ernie, what's fall in Japanese?
Yeah. While we're doing that, again, I think this is going to take place all winter, just by the name,
Mhm.
the what you call it, the fucking posters looks like it's going to be all during snow. I
It's funny.
I didn't I didn't see.
Whenever the top of her name was Yuki. And Chris said Aki. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank you,
Aki is
Chris.
fall.
But I didn't see episode 2 yet, so
Nor have I.
I'm gonna go with episode 1. And there's definitely some etchy stuff or suggestive. We'll say
It's certainly suggestive, but it's not a bad thing. We don't see direct Pansu. We don't see anything like that.
yeah, we just see an astronaut because she's wearing short shorts.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I was gonna say, like, the one thing about episode one, because again, this is just a brief synopsis, but when you go through the review of episode one and you watch it, the principle where you can tell off the bat that Fuyuki, she puts herself out there a lot because she's a Garu.
yep.
And one of the first statements she says at the bus stop, is, "You seem like a good guy." And at the end of the episode one, after he basically was in her house alone with no parents, she was wearing
And
suggestive clothing, and she fell asleep with her legs wide open on the couch. And instead, he covered her up, put the coat on top of her so she wouldn't get cold, despite the fact they have a heated house. Didn't try anything. The movie was over. He packed up and he's like, "Here, I'll leave you the movie. You can watch it on your own time and just give it back to me when you're done. I appreciated hanging out. Peace." And you can see, like, when she realizes everything that's going on in that moment, everything that occurred, everything that he did, everything that
she was gonna set him up.
she was doki doki, because again, he's a good guy.
Yep.
So just the principle of that dynamic, I think, is fascinating from that perspective. Off the heels of last season, where you had Runa and Ryu, with the whole principle of, like, well, I get with guys and they just expect me to open my legs and I just do it because that's the expectation. It's not depicted in that form here, but the idea of the fact that you have Garu who have this perception, this preconceived notion, this preconceived, like, perception of who they are, and the way that she opens her eyes to a normal shy guy. Granted, she does that. She gives him a chance because of the fact, literally, he's from Tokyo. Because if he had been from anywhere else, I don't think he would have gotten a chance. But because he's from Tokyo, she gives him the chance. But regardless, because he gets a chance, unknowingly, he's doing well off that. So it's a good dynamic from that piece. And out of all, like, no, I can't say that because we're gonna talk about Dangers on Our Heart last, I think. And that's
Rom-wise, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my spiel for Hokkaido Girls.
But no,
did we do it justice, Ernie?
But no, I like it. I do enjoy this.
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
And again, it's another one.
We got 2 clips of, like, white spots with the snot in the nose, like it looks like she got a facial.
That was gross.
And then the fucking dripping
of the pudding, the milk pudding.
Yes. Garu and Tokyo, Shibuya, Harajuku equals fascination. Very good. All right, let's move on to a rom drama. It's a shoujo. Sign of Affection.
Is it a dram? It's not a com, but it's not a dram. It's just a straight romance.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to grab the thing up so I could read the characters' names. Here we go. Is it? No. It's just romance and shoujo. Yep.
Yeah, it's just there's no drama. It's just literally she's trying to figure out love.
It follows.
I tell you what. Pause that, Matt. I tell you what. Sign of Affection. I've seen both episodes so far.
I did.
This easily in my top 5 when we get to the end of the show of, like, premieres of, like, new shows and goodness. This is easily in my top 5.
Yeah,
I adore this show so much.
But anyway, it follows Yuki, who is deaf, or you can say hearing impaired, university student.
She's deaf as shit.
Yeah,
she is the girl from Silent Voice, grown up.
But with minus the bullying. For now.
Literally, she got red hair. She's very frail but sweet.
Yeah, and she encounters a man who helped her out at the train station, Nagi.
Yes.
And Nagi's just this nice guy. He's helping the guy that's trying to. It's a tourist, I think, and he's picked up on what's her name again? Sorry, he picks on Yuki a bit about like she can't talk, like she really can't talk because she's hearing impaired. And Nagi's like, "Hey, do you read lips?" Like he's trying to help out right away. Like
he's just being nice.
Oh yeah, he's being very nice, and she appreciates it because someone's taking the time out of the day to like make her comfortable.
Yeah, not being a dick or a perv, not judging her.
Yep. And so basically, the whole first episode, basically, how do I get Yuki's number? How do I get this? And what is her friend's
No, not
name?
Yuki. How does she get Itsumi?
Yeah, sorry. How does Yuki get
Itsumi's number?
Yep. And which friend was it? Emma or is it Rin?
Give me a moment.
I'm trying to figure out which one showed up.
Yeah, give me a second. I got you. I gotta click on the button first.
Yeah.
Rin.
Okay, but yeah, so Rin, she's a coworker, I believe, or a classmate.
She's a classmate. She's basically she's her note taker. So since she's deaf, she gets like the.
So she writes the notes down for her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like, come with me to this cafe, which we are in right now.
Yes, in our cafe.
Yep. And she sees Itsumi works there.
Yes, along with his I think brother or cousin. I think it's cousin. His cousin. The cousin owns the shop, is the manager, and that's the girl that Rin likes.
Yes. And
the guy that Rin likes.
Yep. So what you call it? Rin is talking, like they're all talking to each other. Yuki's just watching from afar. Like she's having a good time. She doesn't get really the courage to say, "Hey, can I have your number?" But cafe's closing up. It's nighttime.
Well, Rin does. Rin does manage to get the number.
Yes, Rin does. So
yes, because Rin can speak.
Yep, but it's again nighttime. Cafe's closed. Nagi offers to take Yuki home or walk her to the station. They're walking for a bit, and she was able to reach through about, "May I have your contact?" He said he does it, and he sends a text to her saying how he wants to be in her world.
Adorable.
I was like, yes.
Adorable.
And that made her flutter.
Yeah, she super doki doki.
Yes, so
if her heart could melt snow, it would have been summer in that.
It would have been global warming.
It would have been 100%.
But no, I love this. I cannot wait for more of this.
This is incredible, especially when you see episode 2. Episode 2 is even more incredible.
I can't wait to watch that later.
It's so.
I'm very excited.
It makes me so happy.
I'm glad all 4 of us universally like this one.
It literally, this is, and on top of that, it's an adult anime because they're college age students. Yeah, they're college age students, and I mean, there's so much more. And I'm sure I cannot wait till the end of the season. Hopefully, it continues this track so it can just fucking be like the light in my eyes for the season. But just the principle of how you deal with the disabled, because by definition she's disabled, being deaf. So just dealing with the disabled and not like judging them, not treating them as outcasts or inferior. And there is something that I can tell you about episode 2, Matt, is that she questions whether he's being friendly with her because he's a world traveler and he needs to gain experience dealing with disabled or deaf folks, or whether he's genuinely true and he looks at her in a different light. Right. And so
she wants to know if it's actually genuine.
Yes, and that childhood friend comment that I mentioned, we get the childhood friend in episode 2.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
It looks like we have 3 more. No, I'm looking. Solo, Dangers, our main events. Am I missing one?
Going down the list. Nope. Nah.
That really?
Nah, we're not.
Okay, all right.
We'll take it.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll take it. Our last rom-com, and I fucking love this.
Yes, especially
Dangers in my heart season 2.
Episode 2 was one of the absolute best episodes of the entire show.
And I watched it before we got in the air, and I was like, doki doki for these two. Like I am all for them.
I watched it last night. I squeed.
Yeah. I was like, come on, this confession needs to be the best thing ever for these two.
It's gonna be awkward as fuck. Watch.
I hope not. I hope not. But yeah, what you call it? Ichikawa still has his busted arm.
Yep.
He needs help in school.
Yep.
And the teacher pulls him aside, like, hey, who you talk? Who you know? Like, you know your friends at Yamada. They're like, oh yeah, we're not close. Like, and yeah, of course Yamada is like on the opposite side. I was like, bro.
No!
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming as soon as I saw her walking into the classroom.
Walking in the classroom. Like, bro, 5 minutes into the new season, you just fucked up your chances.
But we find out why he said that, and she's like, "Oh, I know, just fuck with you." I just wanted to hear you say it.
Mm-hmm.
But what really got me is near the end when Ichikawa was showing Yamada pictures. Like, oh, this is where I fell, and he's like, "Shit."
Yeah, and the expression, they did this so wonderful.
Yeah,
the expression of horror at the realization Yamada had that she is the reason why he broke his arm.
Yep. And Ichikawa just like,
hurt
shit,
her.
I said that.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to say that.
and
like,
she
it's okay.
Hurt.
It's not your fault. It's okay, really.
Yeah.
And she shut down for days.
Yeah.
And her friend was like, she only ate one French fry. It's like, what's the
You
problem?
mean like single potato? She had 2 orders. She only had 1 order of French fries.
And she normally eats 2 of them, but no, she cut it to a normal portion size. What did you do? I was like, but what you call it? Yamada lost her dog keychain, the one that Ichikawa gave her.
Mm-hmm.
And he went like a boss, like, toss the scarf. I'm going in.
Yep. And they search all up and down their roads.
Yeah, and Yamada sees that he's actually searching. Because
no, not Yamada. Yamada sees it at the end.
Yeah, because what you call it? One of the friends texted her.
Yeah, it was what's her face?
Moeko or something like that.
Yeah, Moeko.
Yeah, it was Moeko. Yamada sees this, and eventually he's like, "Come to my house to warm up."
Yeah, because no, Moeko's the one who found it, but Moeko saw that Ichikawa was looking for it with Yamada. She's smart girl.
She found it in the home ec room, right?
I don't recall, but she hung it on a tree next to them.
Okay.
That's a lot of effort to hang a dog chain on a tree. I'm just saying. I mean, that's real. Like, that's real wing girl shit she did.
Yeah, especially in winter. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that's real wing girl shit. So she hung it behind a tree, and Ichikawa was like, "Look, I found it. It's on the tree. I don't know how the fuck it got there, but it's on there." Yeah. Gives it to her, and it sets up a couple things. One, we get an emotional Yamada. She just cries and bawls into what's it called, Ichikawa's arms, and Ichikawa is like awkward at first, but then hugs her like, it's okay, we found it, we're good. And then notices that she's cold, so he puts the scarf around her again, super adorable. And then he sneezes, and Yamada sees the sneeze, like, oh, I don't want you to catch a cold, looks up into the sky and says, hey, my house is over there, you want to come in and warm up?
But yeah, we're not gonna get to the full episode, but we're gonna a couple things. They talked about
this deserves a whole episode. We've got time. Come on.
All right.
We've got time.
Just this one.
All right. Just this one. So they go into the house. It's all nice, fancy, because it's a nice high-rise apartment. She draws up a bath for Ichikawa. And what is she wearing?
Gray shorts.
Yep, and a slim tank top. And Ichikawa, because he's so much shorter, looks straight, sees Yamada's crotch, and was like, oh no, go down, boy. Go down, boy.
Yeah, and the dog is pulling the pants down.
Because he takes a shower, he comes out, and during the process of him taking a shower, Yamada took his wet clothes and put them in a bag. and puts out clothes to put out to just to change into.
Yeah.
They're Yamada's gym clothes, and since she's bigger and taller, they fit loosely on him. But she also put his underwear in the bag, so he's commando in the house right now with Ichikawa. I'm sorry, with Yamada. Yamada also realized during the whole sequence where he's like, "Oh no, I'm okay. I'll go in the shower now." Like maybe she's a little too thinly clad, and so she puts on like this cute little like kuma, which is bear in Japanese, a cute little kuma pajama like hoodie type thing to cover herself up.
Yeah. She put it on because his head was between her breasts.
That happened a couple times.
But I'm saying like that was the first time. It's like I'll be right back, and that's where she changed it to this.
Yeah. So
they
then
make a hot pot.
what Matt said, her dog comes over, starts pulling like the fucking like the on the damn it, the girl that from the that's wearing the string bikini, and the dog is pulling on the string bikini for the sunscreen.
Yeah. So any beach episode.
He basically. Inukai. No, but starts pulling on the leg. He's like, no, I don't. And like you see you see a little hip bone. And he's like, no. And then so they put two and two together. He gets his underwear. I guess it's still wet, but he doesn't care. So he puts his underwear back on, and he's all good. So then Yamada is like, hey, I have crock pot before dinner. You want a K-pot? You want a hot pot?
This is my meal before dinner, before mom gets home.
Whole ass fucking like a hot pot.
And she's like, oh yeah, I usually eat this when I'm alone. It's like,
but the reason why I wanted to go through the whole episode, Matt, is because of the fact that earlier when in episode 1, when Yamada realizes she's the one who broke the reason why that Ichikawa broke her arm, she was visibly upset and bothered by it, flustered for days because of it. It lends credence to the conversation they had in episode 2, because in the conversation they have as they're eating the K-pot, basically Yamada for the first time really truly opens her heart to Ichikawa and is like, hey, like I worry that I'm too much of a burden to my friends, and I don't want to be that way, and I feel like there's something just really wrong with it. And Ichikawa is like, hey, like if you're ever too much, I'm sure your friends would just tell you like you're too much so you can calm down. And then so she confronts him and is like,
why didn't you?
Why didn't you? And to a couple different points. And she's just crying, and she's just crying. She's crying a lot. She's emotional, which also leads to the end of the episode, which we'll get into later. But she's just crying a lot. Ichikawa, without thinking, without contemplating, leaps up out of his chair, hugs Yamada, while she just bawls in his lap, basically in his chest. And you get another snot scene, 2 snot scenes in a week. You get another
but this one wasn't suggestive. It was just she's crying. It's realistic type of thing. Ichikawa cleans it up.
Yeah. And so, he apologizes for lying to her. He apologizes for not like speaking up, and assures her that like, hey, you're not too much. I'm just scared to get hurt, which opened up the possibility for the confession right there. But we don't get it, obviously. So as they're sitting there eating crockpot, everything's good. Yamada looks at her phone. Oh shit!
Mom's coming home early.
Yeah, my mom's around the corner. Ding! And the door starts to unlock. So they hide Ichikawa in her room.
Yep. And it's like, oh, I have a friend over. This girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the bath break? Yes. Go in the bath. Go now.
Yeah.
Go. And
instead of using the opportunity to escape, though.
She was about to. Yamada goes in, like about to tell her. The mom comes in. They cover Ichikawa up. Ichikawa sounds like a sick little girl.
He pretends to be the sick girlfriend. Like, hey, yeah, I'm okay. I'm just cold.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Have fun.
Yeah.
And she leaves. Yamada.
As Ichikawa tries to get up, Yamada pins Ichikawa to the bed, climbs on top of him.
It's like now we're even.
Yeah, now we're even.
When he pinned her in season 1.
And they're both flustered, super flustered.
It was like that was more intense than the dress.
That was very intense. I was like, no. I was expecting the kiss. I was like, no.
Yeah.
And so then they use the opportunity to escape. Unbeknownst to Ichikawa, though, who does he see as he gets off the elevator to the high rise?
The daddy.
And how what does Yamada's dad look like?
A serial killer. Like he has red on him, like on his shirt.
Yeah.
And he looks down with his Sharingan. And he sees the Ichikawa. He sees the Yamada name.
He's seeing Yamada's mom. Yamada's mom is a normal sized woman. What about the father, Matt?
He's tall. He's quiet. He looks like Ichikawa as if he was a legit murderer.
And was like the size of like fucking Kazuchika Okada.
Yeah, and he looked down at he looked down at Ichikawa. He sees the Yamada name.
Yep.
Like, shit.
But Ichikawa does not know this until episode 3.
But he's like, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, he doesn't realize this. He'll come to realize it in episode 3. Have you seen the? I don't know if you've seen online.
I didn't see the preview yet. I didn't see preview.
I didn't see the There's no preview after this, but I've seen a preview clip, or not clip, but a preview picture of episode 3. Looks funny. That's all I'll say.
But
anyway,
he gets home. He sees his sister half naked for some reason.
She's in her pantsuit because she's gonna take it. No, she's about to go.
She's about to take a shower. Yeah,
she's about to take a shower. That's why.
And during this,
Etchy, you pervert.
Yes. So you're the I didn't know. You don't say, hey, don't come in here. But we go to the next day, and something is different with Ichikawa.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was a cold or anything like that.
He's like, my voice is scratchy. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Am I getting sick?
And he
realizes something has happened.
He's hitting puberty.
He's hit puberty.
And he talked about growing up with Yamada yesterday. How I don't get. Yeah, I said it wasn't a big deal, but it is. I feel scared. This is the moment I was dreading.
Yes.
And he has
Yamada avoids the shit out of Yamada.
He has a raspy voice. Yamada says things like, "Hey, you don't have to talk to me, but at least look at me."
Yep.
Like we'll talk after school. You don't have to do it in class right now.
Yep.
So she's still happy. It's just like,
yeah,
like he'll tell me.
Yeah, and we'll skip to that in a second. We get a cute little scene, just back and forth, just really quickly with the them in judo class, and Yamada's wearing a school issued judo. Like, she doesn't want to be with anybody, and Ichikawa picks up on it, and they start feet fighting, which is very cute and funny. But then Ichikawa's like, she's like, "Oh, I stink," and she's like, "That's why you didn't want anybody here, but it's okay." And they have another tense moment back and forth, and Yamada pins him on the ground again and says, "It's payback," which I thought was funny. But then we get to the end, which was the absolute most incredible thing. Yep. So as Ichikawa is leaving the school, who's waiting for him by the tree?
It was Yamada.
And Yamada and Ichikawa go into the
library.
Into the library, and Ichikawa basically is forced to tell Yamada, my voice is changing. Yamada puts 2 and 2 together immediately. She's like, "Oh my god, yes, that's so exciting!" Like she's beaming. She's absolutely beaming. And then they start talking about the broken arm, and Ichikawa's like, "Yeah, my one arm is skinny, but my other arm isn't so skinny." In my head, I made the joke. It's because you've been beating your meat. Yeah. But in all seriousness, Yamada grabs his arm, caresses the arm very, very, very sensually, not sexually, but very sensually. Oblivious to what she's really doing, and she's like, "This is also part of you growing up." And they have this moment between them, and Yamada goes in and leans towards Ichikawa and says, "Hey, when your voice gets deeper, when your voice finally finishes changing and it gets deeper, say my name a lot."
Yeah. And then Ichikawa's like, you've grown up a lot too, and realizing that his hands
are on the boobage.
And he's getting flustered. They both try to look away, and Ichikawa's older self-conscious like, "Yeah, go."
Because we did skip over this. Before he went to school that day, that he realized his voice was changing, he had an inner monologue with himself. And it was his inner self, despite having no experience with women or relationships, was like, "Hey."
But he's his confidence. That's right. He's the self-confidence of him.
Yeah, it's the self-confident Ichikawa, and he's like, "Hey, she's more than a friend. The signs are there, dude. She likes you. Make your move. Get your girl." And the real Ichikawa is like, "Nah, we're just friends, and I'm not used to having friends, so I don't know exactly what you're talking about." And he's like, "All right, dude, if you say so." And then you see the self-confident Ichikawa at the end, like, "Yes, get her. Make your move. Be happy.
Yes. Twist the nipples.
Yes, grab the nipples. But no, I was gonna say I made that correlation. Like earlier, like when we started this, I was like, she was emotional at various points through the episode for various and appropriate reasons for a 12, 13-year-old girl. I think she's 13-year-old girl, right?
Yeah.
Very appropriate in terms of like the changes in emotions and the changes in puberty. It's confirmed with Ichikawa at the end when he looks down and sees Yamada's breasts have grown since the last time he paid attention to her breasts. Probably wasn't too long ago in the past, but nonetheless, the principle of them now both hitting puberty and both understanding that the physical aspect of themselves while wrapping their minds around the emotional aspect, and the fact that out of all the rom-coms that we watch on a consistent basis, this is one of the ones where despite the depiction, they are indeed younger. And so I think it does an excellent job of promoting that sort of teenage angst when it comes to the opposite sex and developing feelings for the opposite sex. And I think that they're doing that, like that premise, so well. And literally, if it was not, I mean, honestly, right now, after 2 weeks, this is by far the couple of the season. You want to root for them. You, like Matt said, he's just praying the confession comes and it's epic and it's beautiful and heartwarming and happy. Like that's what they make you do. You went, like I said, we're going back to season 1. The downs of the early parts of the season to where they concluded was astronomical. The leaps and bounds they've taken in 2 episodes from that great ending to where they're at now is even more stratospherically amazing. It makes you root for them so damn much. This is such a fabulous intro to Dangers in My Heart season 2. Ecstatic. One of the best 2-week combos that we've seen thus far this season.
Very good. Yep. Co-main event. This one is the most hyped show of the whole season. Maybe
in a while,
and maybe of the whole year.
Nah, I don't know about the whole year.
I say because a lot of people wanted this for so long. That's why I'm saying hyped. I'm not saying like best or anything. Solo leveling.
First off, I have a critique. I really wish this was in Korean. I want to see a Korean dub of this. I don't want to listen.
Oh no, I agree. I wish this wasn't. I wish this was in Korean.
This should have been done by Netflix. Netflix would have done it.
Oh yeah,
Netflix should have picked this up and made it into Korean.
But yeah, this is a Korean manga, very popular, considered one of the best. Basically, 10 years ago, there was a gate that connected the real world to like monsters.
An alternate dimension that has monsters.
Yep. And we had people called hunters, like superhumans. Like they fight off these people at the gates, and they go by ranks.
A through
E. And of course, as it always goes, our rank E is our protagonist, Jinwoo.
Yes.
And he like has no powers, no strength, can hardly kill anything. Yeah. And when he does kill something, it's always like he's near death every single time. He is paired up with Juhi Lee. She's the one that heals him up. She has a crush on him. They're at this mission for the dungeon.
Yep.
And when there were
simple mission.
Yeah.
But the thing about what's his face about Jinu is the fact that he's so weak that even on the most simple missions, he constantly gets severely hurt. Like he just got back to hunting after being in the hospital for months off of another one of those quote unquote simple missions.
Yep. But yeah, thankfully his crush is able to heal him up. And before they left, they're like, hey, there's a path down here.
Yeah. Why didn't the dungeon clear? There's a path.
Yeah. So they're like, that's odd. That's not the map.
They mentioned they're like double dungeon. This isn't out of like impossibility, right? They've encountered double dungeons before, but they said
but not in a rank E.
Not in a rank E. Like, yeah, they said normally, like when you have those, it's in a higher ranked mission, and the dungeon ahead of you is also a higher rank than the dungeon you went in. So there's 13 of us here. Who's making the vote? So they each vote 6 and 6. Yes, 6 no. Junie is the last one. And he's got a backstory. His backstory basically is he wants to put his sister through college and he wants to help his sick mother.
Medical. Yep.
Yeah, his mom is sick. And so he's like, I'm not making any money as a ranky adventurer. I'm not getting shit from it because I'm on top of that.
But
I'm a person.
like, so if this gives us money, this gives me a pay, let's do it.
Yep. And so the 13 venture in and they venture into the dungeon. The dungeon doors close on themselves.
And it's empty except for these free statues.
The multiple statues.
But I was saying, like, multiple statues, like they're sitting on these thrones.
Yes.
Outside of that is completely empty.
Yes.
Nothing else there. You're
Yes.
like, what the hell?
Yes.
One of them sees the eyes of the statue, one of the statues move.
Yep.
And this is definitely not an E rank room.
Not at all.
And two people died so far.
Off rip.
Yep.
Off rip.
And now they're seeing the statues move.
Like, hold on, I want to emphasize this. They don't die, right? They don't just die. One of the guys is like, oh, let's just go out. He tries to push the door open. There's 2 statues guarding the doors. He gets beheaded, like completely like slashed.
Very quick.
Very quick. Blood everywhere. Oh my God. Oh my God. And as you go, the second person, he stands up, like they're all like, oh shit, they're freaking the fuck out. He stands up and goes to the statue, and the statue has freaking laser beams and lasers the entire room. And one of their guys is just
cut,
melted. He literally melted. All that's left is his burnt fucking like half of an arm and hand.
Yeah. And Jinwoo is just like, we are fucked.
Spoiler alert. You haven't seen episode 2?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, they're super fucked.
Yeah. Basically, as I said, like, we are fucked.
I won't tell you who, but over half of that crew dies.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know who said it. I think it was Chris. This should have been a 1-hour premiere.
No, it was Starman.
I think Chris told me that too.
Did he? Yeah, Starman had mentioned that too.
Yeah, So you know what? I if I have seen episode 2, I would probably say yes.
I wouldn't say an hour. It ended well.
It was like a 2-episode premiere type.
Yeah,
of thing.
it should have been episode 1 and episode 2. Yeah. Yes, Chris, you did.
Yeah.
It should have been episode 1 and episode 2. Episode 2, at the end of episode 2, it completes it well because that starts the actual solo leveling journey with Homeboy.
But outside of that, so it's not like I'm not in love with it yet. I'm sure I will. I'm sure
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Having seen the second episode,
yeah,
like I like it a lot. In particular, what catches you is as Junie, it's not a spoiler alert, he does die in this. I'm not gonna tell you how, but as he's laying on his literal deathbed, he goes from being like the kid that like is very like nice kid, you know, good heart, you know, he does not end that way. And his journey does not end that way because he recognizes everything. And I'm not going to go too much more into it, but his dialogue as he's about to die really opens the doors to what will become solo leveling. Oh. You can tell.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm still looking forward to it. I still cannot wait.
Yes. But our main event of episode 100 of the premiere of Otalku Cafe, Matt.
Metallic Rouge. It is an original anime by Studio Bones for their 25th anniversary.
This blew us out the water.
Yeah. Also, this is also a simul dub, so you're getting both dub and sub at the same time. I'm watching this in dub.
I am watching in sub.
Yeah. Basically, it's a world where humans and androids.
Oh, no, hold on, pause. I will say that, Matt, for episode 2, you reminded me. Thank you, because episode 2 dropped today. We have not watched it.
I did.
You watched it? I have not.
Yeah.
I will switch over to the dub for this one in episode 2 because I made a clearance. As everybody knows, famously knows, I don't like dub anime. However, over the course of watching some anime, specifically solo leveling this season, and some of the other ones, that where it's available, like I would like to watch this in the native like area. Like for example, High Card isn't simul dubbed. I think
Yeah.
High Card, because it's based in England, should be dubbed. If you're based in an English speaking location, the primary language should be that location. High Card's primary language should be dub. For example, like I regret for the JoJo part where they're in Italy, I wish I'd have watched it in Italian. That would have made more. I would have made sense in terms of the locations and the people that are associated with that because they're all Italian. For this, after having watched episode 1 in sub and listening to the names, you don't get a definitive like location of where the city exactly that they're in is, but they're all like English names. And so for this, I will try to watch episode 2 in dub to see how it fares in relation to the character names and such.
Right.
Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, this takes place like humans and androids are coexistent, and it follows Rouge, who is an android, and her.
Well, they're all most of them are all androids.
I don't think Naomi is.
I said most of the characters.
Yeah, a good chunk of them.
The good chunk of the characters we've seen episode 1 are all androids.
Yeah. Basically, her goal is to hunt down the Immortal 9, who are basically the ones like hostile to the government.
And they're also OP as fuck.
Yes. But what you call it? They also have like, what do they call it? There's like a drug, the thing that they plug themselves into.
Yeah, so basically they have to the androids have to take like some sort of like vitality drug once a day. If not, they cease to function. Early on in the episode, we see one of the androids he's a nice guy, really
yeah, who works at the bar, yeah.
And he gets bullied and they take his drug away. Eventually he basically like malfunctions and just dies. And so and they don't get rid of you with like a nice human, like, like they wrap you up. Like, no, they literally throw you outside. A garbage like dump truck comes, and scoops you up and tosses you in the back with the other fucked up android ones. And they basically,
I was like, wow.
Yeah, they recycle it. So you get recycled. They basically,
they
disassemble you and they fucking
rebuild you and just
rebuild you and you become a new android. You cease to exist though in your current android form because they have feelings, they have opinions, they have jobs, they're normal except for the fact that they need this drug to survive.
Yeah. And fucking Rouge just going to town, just do this like chilling, like, yeah, that's a good shit.
Oh yeah, she fucking took hers like she was like fucking snorting fentanyl. Like it was like it was like heroin.
Pretty much, yeah. Wow. And her companion for this is Naomi, who is a reporter.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get more of that when you see episode 2. Rouge, she finds one of the Immortal 9s, and she actually transforms into this robotic armor type of thing. It's pretty cool. It's like stuff you see at Evangelion with the appearance of it.
Yeah, so it looks like cyberpunk meets fucking like mech type anime.
Yeah, pretty much.
In essence,
yeah. That's why I liked it. It has that cyberpunk-esque.
And I still haven't seen Cyberpunk. I need to see it. I know I'm behind. I'm fully aware. It's on my list.
You're good.
On my list after Mashle. It's supposed to be on my list.
Yeah. But no, I definitely dig this.
Mm-hmm.
The grades in the middle. You know what? That's fair. But you know what?
The grades in the middle. You graded it in the middle.
No, I'm not saying me. I'm looking at the score right now on MAL. It's a 7.21.
7.21. The score right now for Metallic Rogue on Analyst is 70%, 69% actually. So it's rated lower on Analyst than it is on MAL.
Yeah. So So you would probably say 3.5 out of 5 on an average right now for the people that are grading it right now.
Those are some Russian judges and a half because this was fucking.
Soundtrack was awesome too.
Soundtrack is amazing. Yep, soundtrack is amazing. Visuals are amazing.
That made it very nice. Like the fights.
Yes, this blew us out. This was one of those. This was definitely probably our surprise of the opening week, without a doubt.
Oh yeah, no, I was like, you know what, it'd be really good or really bad.
And thank God it's really good.
Because I was really looking forward to this one. So please be good.
Yeah, thank God this is really fucking good. And there's still room for it to fuck up, but I'm hoping it's not.
Hoping not.
Bones
So,
did an amazing job. It looks like they've put a lot of effort into this just off of the first episode. You've seen the second episode. I don't think it's dropped off, in your opinion, correct?
no, I enjoyed the second episode very much.
Does it get better or does it stay the same, in your opinion?
A little better. We get a
Okay.
little more. We have to learn more about Naomi a little bit. Like she gets
Okay.
some screen time.
Okay.
Rouge is kind of a child. Also, she loves her chocolate. She fucking loves her chocolate.
Of course she does.
Yeah.
That's all she eats.
Yeah. But
It's chocolate.
but no, I very much enjoyed it. Cannot wait for more. But very
You
good.
get a taste of it. If you're watching live, you get a taste of the background of Metallic Rouge from what we have here. Again, very Neo City-esque type vibes. So loved it.
But before we go, what were your 5 impressions so far? Like your top 5?
So tough. Sign of Affection for me, I think, is number 1. Metallic Rouge for sure.
Yeah.
Hokkaido Girls.
Yeah.
Can we include Dangers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dangers
I remember watching. Yeah.
Yeah, Dangers for sure. And I'm gonna say Solo Leveling because of it is gruesome.
Because you see, also you've seen episode 2,
and I've seen episode 2. Yeah.
I'm going to say Dangers as my 1.
Yeah, I didn't put that in order. I'm sorry, I didn't put.
Okay. Yeah, Dangers, Sign of Affection, Metallic Rouge. I will say Mashle, season 2, and hold on. I just want to double check myself, making sure I didn't forget.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, my number 1 is obviously Sign of Affection for me.
Yeah.
So,
I will probably Classroom. It's more of like it's probably definitely a different direction compared to season 2. I think it could be a lot better if they improve on it. But no, I'm intrigued on this little battle of wits. That's what we're here for, basically. Not fucking math equations, then.
For sure.
Yeah. So they did the setup well. I just want the execution. But closing thoughts.
Feels good to be in the cafe. Finally, we held on to this for so long. Just to now have it in live action is great. No, but another thing I was gonna say, final thoughts. Winter is strong.
Winter's pretty good so far.
Winter is pretty fucking good, quite frankly.
But guys, with that, the cafe is closed.
Last call. We need to see the finale. So a couple things. Our finales should always be last call.
Yeah, the main event is last call. Yep.
Main event is last call, and then for our opening, you gotta say. Well, at least I could say it in Japanese. Irashaimasu, which means welcome.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do something like that.
Yeah, so I'll be the one.
Yeah, I'll say, hey, open the shift.
No, well, I could say it in Okay, you learn how to say that. I'll say.
Well, I will tell you that, and then you do that.
Okay.
Like
Irashaimasu okaksama. It's basically customer. Irashaimasu okaksama.
But guys, the cafe is closed. You can follow me on Twitter at DamonPhoenix12. You can follow him at Anime Daisuke 24. Also follow. We have a new hashtag. We have a new @ for our. So it's at Otalku Cafe Anime.
That is OTALKUCAFEANIME. Otaku Cafe Anime.
Yep. So Otaku Cafe Anime. We have a link tree for whoever listens to your favorite podcast.
We gotta update that.
Yeah.
We gotta update the link tree.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Obviously, you can find us at our old name, Talk to Keiki, but soon
you gotta also update the Instagram since I gave it to you.
We do, yeah. I was waiting until that to take over.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will be active on the Instagram soon. We'll probably do a blog or two just to get some activity in there. We want to thank Sean, our editor.
And thank you also for creating that music video at the opening and for our ending, which you'll hear momentarily.
Yep, you'll hear that.
Omedetou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu, Shankun.
Arigato. Thanks, Sean, for our editor. and for actually doing the clips for OP and ED.
Mhm.
Rest of the pictures will be up soon. I can't believe they made you in Starman White.
Ridiculous.
I was laughing. They're like, oh no.
Ridiculous.
I thought I was clear on shit, but I guess not. Follow. We also want to thank W2M Network and Chairshot Radio for hosting us on their social media platforms. Follow them at W2M Network and at Chairshot Media. Always use your head. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Just follow me on my Twitter, SHOSTOPPA24, Showstopper24. Again, as Matt said, all of our socials have link trees. Follow us wherever you find your local podcasts or all of our other personal endeavors. Other than that, arigato minasama, kyotsukete.
Oyasumi. Good night.
And now, our ED.
The sun goes to sleep, I find myself in a heap because it hurts so much to be away from you. It makes my day when I get a text from you, but still I say goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I see your face, but hey, it's fine. I know everybody needs a little space. There's no one to blame. Goodbye again. Let's hope this isn't the last time that I hear your voice, but it's your choice. I can't keep you here forever. Just promise me that you'll come